Like a lot of people don't know, but I write for a lot of artists. I've wrote for a lot of Punjabi artists. Like
Nice.
After 2014 was when like people from the industry started hitting me
Any
up.
you can mention?
I can't because like they stole my songs.
Oh.
That happens.
All right, season 4, we are here. I say it every time. It's a blessing to be here. 4 seasons in, I really can't even believe it when I'm saying it. You know, we love everyone who supports and keeps us motivated, keeps putting us on, keeps telling us to keep putting more episodes up and content out. So we appreciate that. We're excited to start this off in our new habitat here. If you haven't noticed,
New home.
As always, we're the most organized podcast. It took us a while to set up, but
And we set up yesterday.
and we did set up yesterday, so we're really bad. But to give back to all the love that we receive, we wanted to start this season off right. It's the most requested gentleman that we
100%.
have ever had since we've started this. We almost get yelled at in the comments about why haven't you had this guy on yet?
Every episode is like,
Sanu garak karniya pendi hai, you know, because of this guy. But we got him here today. We got the man, the myth. We got prophecy in the building. Everybody make some noise. Let's go.
Thank you, man. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Welcome.
Thank you for coming, man. How you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm a little tired from last night, but I'm good. Man.
You had a
I'm
busy
happy.
night, eh?
Yeah. We
That's
had OP
dope.
last night. So.
Yo, you killed it. I saw that when you were
Wicked
coming onto the
performance.
stage. Just the energy, everything looked
Thank
right,
you,
man.
Thank you.
That's awesome. For those of you that don't know, writer, producer, and singer, of course. He does it all. He's the triple, what do you call it?
Triple threat.
Triple threat right there. Calgary native as well.
Yeah, Calgary born and raised.
I
Wicked.
don't know if you're comfortable with your age. I couldn't figure it out. How old are you? Because you started singing when you're 5 years old,
Yeah.
and you started producing when you're 16. I'm like, how old is this guy? He's been doing it for 10 years. Like something's off here.
Yeah, so it's 28.
28. Okay.
And yeah, I mean, I think I've seen like 21. I did an interview with BBC and they're like, "Oh, you know, you're only 21." I was like, "You guys been playing me for like 7 years." Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I saw 21 as well, and I
Yeah.
asked JJ. He's like, "No, there's no way he's 21."
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I was like, maybe. I mean, I think it's like good that like people think that, but I think it's also important that people know that like I've been grinding for a while.
For sure,
Like,
man.
That like culminates.
Long time.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest thing is a lot of people, you know, they see the success, like you, yourself, and other artists. They see the success, you know, they see you out in social media and all that, but they don't see the grind behind it.
Yeah.
And they don't see the, you know, all the work that you put in all the way out from Alberta, you know, grinding from the basement to,
Sleepless
to the
nights.
big stage, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
So that's what this platform right here is for. You know, we
100%.
love the music, we love the hits, but we're here more to know about you. You know, this is my first time meeting you as well.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about it. I want to get to know more about you, know
sure.
what's going on with Neil more than the prophecy, you know?
Yeah, for
So
sure.
let's start from way back then, man. Take me back to 5 years old with the Mickey Mouse drum set.
Yeah. So that was my dad got me the Mickey Mouse drum set, and I think he just got it. I think if we flash it back, like my dad, I think always had like dreams of either like being like an actor or a singer, and like even like my dade, pardade, like they always used to like Tada Sarangi or it used to be like, you know, in those groups. And so I think like inside my dad always wanted me to do like something music related. So he just like threw me this Mickey Mouse drum set, and then he came down and I was just playing it on beat, and like and he was like, "Oh, this is a 5-year-old kid," and I always used to like play table tabla like all the time.
Yeah.
And then so he kind of like knew that I had like this knack for it,
Uh-huh.
and so he saw that I was playing this drum set perfectly. So he was like, "Let's train him. Let's make him better."
Yeah.
And he took me to my ustad at that time, Nishikant Bali, and he went to him and he was like, "Yo, Sakhai Nukush."
Where is this?
This was in Calgary. And so Nishikant Bali had actually released like a lot of ghazal albums with T Series,
Oh,
like
yeah.
in the early 90s, and like, been through that whole label circuit and stuff. And then he heard me sing. I sang that song, Didi Tera Devar Diwana.
Yeah.
And at that time, he was just like, he's like, I think like any instrumentation he's gonna learn himself, but let's kind of
Oh my God! Come
sorry.
on, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm so into that story.
sorry,
No
guys.
worries.
Continue that.
So
But
he was,
everybody, everybody, put your phones
cute.
off, please,
he
including
was,
myself.
I think my ustad was like, oh, like I feel like he's gonna pick up instruments by himself.
Yeah.
So let's train him as a singer, because like I think there's a better future there. And so he was right. Like I taught myself how to like play piano. I taught myself how to do all
Wow.
this tumbi. Like I could, to an extent.
Yeah.
I taught myself how to produce music, but singing, like having that singing base is kind of what started it all.
That's dope. I got a question going back to the Tadi Sarangi for everybody here. Is it wrong to bop your head to Tadi Sarangi when
I
it's
don't
going,
think so,
right?
yeah.
Because those beats are
So
hard, man.
sad.
Like
Yeah.
You know,
it was
every
like-
time I'm at the Gurdwara and like I'm about to leave, and all of a sudden the Tadsurangi group,
You gotta
the
wait.
Tadi Jatha comes up, I'm like, all right, I'm sitting here.
I'm
for
gonna
15
stay,
minutes
right?
now.
Yeah, man. Those
It hypes you up
for sure,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure, man. I think that's my favorite form of music through like Gurbani or Kirtan or
Yeah.
whatever it is, right?
100%.
Super dope. But okay, so 5 years old, you got a knack for it. Obviously, you know
Mm-hmm.
what you're doing musically, just naturally. I guess through your bloodline, it just flows.
Yeah.
Through school, were you like in the choir? Did you go like
Yeah,
music
yeah. So
class?
they,
Did
my,
you-
my dad maybe joined the choir.
Yeah.
My brother joined too, and
Yeah.
it was just like, oh God, oh gosh.
Yeah.
And so we like joined the choir, and like it was just awkward, and like I didn't like any of those. Like, bro, I'm like listening to Punjabi Bollywood songs,
yeah,
and then I actually had a huge influence from like my cousins who were like huge hip hop heads.
yeah.
So when I was 6 years old, like I taught myself how to play like Nothing But a G Thing. I taught myself there was like this Capone and Noriega
On the
song.
piano?
Yeah, like on my little Yamaha.
Nice.
And so like there was like this Capone and Noriega song and like da 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 da.
Yeah.
And, like so I taught myself how to play
Oh,
that.
sick.
And so they just come and be like, oh yo, Neil can play all these hip hop songs.
Uh-huh.
And so from there, I think like it was just such a early on that I had like two different influences.
Nice.
And my dad's like, "Tu go reha de choir." I don't
No,
know
it's-
what-
you
like,
probably
say, like,
learned-
Ghost of Tom or something. It's so weird.
No, you probably learned so much there that you wouldn't have even realized.
I did, but I think I was just like, I just didn't care for it. It was just like something I had to do. And my
Yeah.
dad's like, I'm not picking you up until you go to choir.
So unlike most people, well, I mean, a lot of artists actually that we've had on have had that initial support. I don't think there's too many that struggled to get through. A few
Yeah.
of them here and there had to kind of convince their parents, like Fateh was talking about.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, his mom's like rap room hobby, like like
Yeah,
yeah.
but you look like you had the support right from the beginning.
I did to an extent, but it was when I started getting older and I started doing like, hip hop and I used to like produce beats for like local rappers and stuff. And then I told my dad that I wanted to, do like hip hop side of things. And even when I started making music, like it wasn't what my dad wanted. My dad wanted me to do like what like Master Slim or like Sufi, like Durga Rangila, Savarkoti, Sardul Sikandar, Khan
Yeah.
Saraj, like those are
Some
that's
classic
all
names
that's
right
all
there,
we
yeah.
listened to. That's all me and my dad listened to. So when I started making songs like Jad Khede Khede Hasadi and Marala Ki Bakwas, and he's like, Kediyan beat
Yeah.
and like we'd always fight, like not like fight, but like it'd always be like, you should be a Sufi artist, and I was really not into that. I kind of was at that hip hop influence.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to
Well,
do
you're
something.
coming from that Canadian background, right? The
Exactly.
cousins. I mean, everybody's influenced by their older
But
brothers
it's,
and cousins.
it's
right?
crazy because in his music, you see hints of both sides of it.
Yeah,
that's
there's a
what
lot
makes
of
sense.
Bollywood stuff that like I just can't like stop doing.
Yeah, no, absolutely, man. I mean, more of your family life. Is there? You said you have a brother. Is he younger, or older?
He's older.
He's older. Is
And
he?
he's completely different. Like
Really?
he doesn't speak Punjabi.
Oh, wow.
He's not into the Punjabi scene at all.
Wow.
But from him, I got like a lot of like different influences. Like he used to listen to like Imogen Heap and like weird
Oh, damn.
electronic artists and like a lot of rock artists. From that, I got like a different perspective too.
Yeah.
Because like anyone that knows me close knows that I don't drive. So like I'll always be in his car listening to his music. And so I guess that had a lot of, and like he's just like an uber nerd too.
Uh-huh.
So like comic books and
It-
like, and that's
True.
how I got into that too. Like a lot of people, if you like check my snaps and stuff, like when the Star Wars trailer drops and stuff, like
This
I'm
guy's
like,
a huge
Yeah.
Star Wars head.
I in UK I missed out on a gig because it was the Star Wars.
No way.
You know-
my brother.
Homer's shaking his head.
His head.
I noticed that about you, and speaking to some people, I got that vibe as well. Like you're more of an introvert. You call yourself a nerd
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well. Like you've always had that vibe where you're just kind of into your own stuff. You don't
Yeah,
really
yeah.
care about what's going on outside type of deal,
100%,
right?
yeah, yeah.
That's dope that you're just into the music and you just kind of work on your craft.
Yeah, like I think it kind of makes me not be too involved. Like it's easy to get involved, especially in the Punjabi industry or anything like that. And I think that just because like I like to watch Dragon Ball Z and watch Star Wars, and like it just gives me like something that's not this.
So
Yeah.
you weren't about to jump in on the Musiwara beef with gun there? Be like,
No,
oh, come
no,
on,
no,
man.
I'm
Don't make
not
me drop a
really-
melody
yeah.
on your ass. Oh, man. Tell me something about Yoshi. I've heard a lot about Yoshi.
Yeah, man, that's my dog. Man. I love
Nice.
him to bits.
Uh,
He's a rescue, so he just doesn't like people. And I think we've been.
That's how you guys bond?
It's been difficult now because like I'm walking my dog and people want pictures, and he's like trying to bite them.
oh,
and
shit.
stuff.
What
And
kind of
I'm like-
dog is he?
He's like we don't even know. He's like half terrier, half something.
Okay.
We just like picked him up
Oh,
shit.
from the
Is-
shelter.
Is Yoshi from Mario?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From Mario. Yeah,
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 yeah.
that's how we got
That's
it.
dope. he's in late 90s, right?
Yeah,
That's why. That's how you get
Not
that.
early 90s.
Yeah?
94.
Early 90s.
You play Mario Kart?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Yoshi, that's classic, man.
So,
Speaking of classic, you're classically trained as well.
Yeah.
When did that happen? That later?
So that was when my Ustad started.
Mhm.
I started doing like on the harmonium, just learning saregama, and then
Like roughly what age was that?
that was like 5, 6.
Oh, wow.
And
that
then
early.
like I did my first concert with my Ustad when I was like 7, and like I couldn't.
damn.
I was because like I'm really tiny, so imagine how tiny I was as a kid. Like they'd have to put like 2 chairs up and like put the baja on the thing, and then I have to like do the whole.
Awesome.
But yeah, so I did that. I was classically trained, but I was never into it. I wasn't into it till like now. Like I still go to him.
Yeah.
Like when I'm in Calgary, I go to him.
Damn.
You think it's because you were getting so much pressure from your dad and everybody to do it that you didn't want to do it? You're rebelling,
I
or
think
you just?
I just didn't want to practice.
Oh, okay.
As what you want to
Yeah.
be, you're a kid. You just want to be like sing songs.
Yeah.
And, like be good, and then like go play soccer with your friends.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then when there was like, I go for a lesson. I don't know.
I'm trying to go play outside, right?
Yeah,
Let's talk about the name. Are you self-named?
like prophecy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, not Neil. Yeah, obviously that would be.
Yeah.
Then you would really be the prophecy if you named yourself while you were born. Yeah.
Yeah. So when I came up with the prophecy, it was I needed like a DJ producer name because I was like producing these beats, and there was 2 games that came out. There was NBA Street that me and my brother used to play, and there was Def Jam Vendetta.
Yeah.
So like you make your own names like for the characters, and my brother's name was Choice, and he used to rap like back in the day too,
Oh,
like
dope.
just like for fun.
Yeah.
And so his name was Choice, and I was like, man, that's such a sick name. And then I had like a lot of pressure to come up, like even though it was nothing back then,
Yeah.
it was like, and then the Matrix had just come out.
Yeah. Oh
and
yeah.
then so they were like the prophecy. And this
Oh,
and
that
and
makes
I was
it-
like, okay, that'd be
Hey.
cool, man.
Neil
And then
prophecy.
I
yeah.
just capitalized the C because like my last name's Jatta.
Uh-huh.
So then I was like, oh, it's cool,
Sick.
or whatever.
How difficult has
Good
that
work.
been having that name in the Punjabi
Oh yeah,
industry?
huge. It's been like
Like,
even
can
today,
half your
the-
fans even spell prophecy?
No,
like,
in India, it was a huge problem. And even when I started doing like shows, like Desi shows, they'd be like, "Oh, prophecy," or like, how, like they just like
put off
every-
it when again.
yeah,
Glide
like,
over
in, Delhi. I forgot who I met. He was Delhi or Chandigarh. He was just like, "Anji proxy, paji proxy." Proxy. Like he's like proxy kudiyan ta tere piche crazy a proxy. I'm like, "Oh,
This
yeah."
guy gets it all the time too. J
Yeah,
J status?
J
So J
status,
statics?
yeah,
Sort
yeah.
of-
Do you guys
Static.
correct him or you just let it slide?
I
You're
just
like,
let it slide.
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
remember we were like, we pulled up to Jazz Tommy's house, and there was like you had to like give in your information,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, kede singer aaya," and the driver was just like, "Oh, prophecy."
What do you
You're
mean?
like one of
What
those-
Jazz Tommy has like a gate or something? You
In
got?
No,
India?
because they live in some sort of complex.
Oh, okay,
And
okay.
so like they, obviously security is a bit tight,
Yeah.
and so it was just like I just remember the driver was like, "Oh, prophecy," he just like mumbled it.
Doesn't want to disrespect the star,
Yeah,
right?
he's just like doesn't know.
I totally forgot to celebrate our kickoff of season 4 and obviously to have our most requested. Jyoti, can we
Yeah.
pop one of these champagnes, man? They're
yeah.
getting cold.
I
They're
was
getting
waiting for
warm
that.
over here. We're gonna pop these. We're gonna celebrate. We're gonna have a good time. We're gonna get to know the prophecy. We're gonna have some fun, man.
That's it. Yo, don't spray the new office up.
Prophecy, you're also you self-describe yourself as like Weekend meets Bollywood type
Yeah,
of vibe,
yeah.
right? Are you a big fan of the Weekend?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Weekend. I think it's just more like I like the kind of
Sadness?
Watch out! Wait,
mystique.
gunshots. Hold on. There we go.
Okay.
I had to do it in the mic.
Yo, let's make some noise for that, man. Season 4, we made it, baby.
Cheers, guys. Thank you to everyone
I
that's
can't believe
watching.
people actually listen to us.
I have no idea why people listen to us.
Prophecy, I got a question for you. If you were to mix, like clone basically an R&B artist and like a Bollywood Punjabi artist and mix them together, who would you say you would be?
I would say someone like The Weeknd, and then A.R. Rahman is just my like since I heard I was in the theater. I remember when I heard the Bombay theme because I watched that movie in theaters because I used to watch every movie in theaters. I saw
Damn.
Dilwale Dulhania in the theaters probably at least 70 times every day after school.
Wow.
I could like name that
Box
movie.
office sales,
Bro,
right?
Damn.
here.
No, because our family used to they used to run the theater.
Oh
So I'm not
shit.
paid. Come on. I
You just
like,
walk
went
it in,
free
yeah.
And, like sat, and when it was packed, I'd have to like sit on like the
Like
floor.
a
Yeah.
Desi,
Like,
like a
yeah.
Desi theater?
Yeah.
Oh no way, that's sick.
That's
so like
crazy.
we used to like every movie, bro. Like I'm talking like from like probably 95 to like 2004.
Wow.
Like I just seen every movie.
And you got a big family out in Calgary, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember some of your family was at KSR's wedding when we were out there.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
remember we ran into them. Were you there as well?
Yeah, I was there as
Oh,
well.
okay.
Yeah, I ran into JJ
Uh-huh.
the night before.
That's dope, man. That's dope. Another thing I wanted to talk about that's super impressive about this guy. It's just like as I was going through it and researching, because like I said, he's not out there in like social media. You don't really get to know Prophecy that much, but he does have some crazy statistics in the sense that you knocked the man of our city, Drake, off of the #1 spot on iTunes in Canada. What song was that you
That
dropped?
was
What?
actually the album.
Oh.
The album.
I didn't know that.
Did
Crazy.
number 8 in Canada.
Mhm.
It was only for a week, but we did. We knocked off I think Backstreet Boys, and it was just the re-release of So Far Gone.
Oh, wow.
And then yeah.
That's
Wow.
still
That's
huge,
crazy.
man. Even for
That's
one
huge.
day is big, man. Let's make
That's
some noise
huge.
for that, man. That's huge.
Thank you so much.
And while we got this champagne, let's cheers to this. Thank you, Prophecy, for coming. Thank you to all the guys in the background.
cheers,
Sorry you
cheers.
didn't shout you guys out. We got shot by Dolo. We got Arsh. We got Kevin. We got your manager. I'm sorry, forget his name, Omar, and his wife. Congratulations. You guys are newly married as well. So we just love all the support and everybody coming out and helping us make this happen. And we're going to have some fun, like I said, man.
I got 2 cups.
You got 2 cups.
too.
Then you know it's real when M's got 2 cups, man. I swear, all the viewers, they always watch how much M drinks during
I
the
bet.
episode. Let's go back to 2011 now. You dropped your first album called Forever. You made the entire album yourself, produced, written,
Yeah.
and sang?
Everything in my basement, yeah.
Okay.
Sick.
And then like I didn't know anything. I didn't know how to mix. I basically I don't know why I did that album. Like I had no idea.
It's not on
It was-
Spotify or anything, right?
No, basically we had some like there was some samples on that album.
Okay.
So I think I've been working on it for like 2 years trying to recreate some of the songs
Really?
Oh.
and then like
Sick.
re-release them now.
That'd be dope. Yeah.
And like just because I think there was something there.
Uh-huh.
It's just like vocally, first of all, I wasn't strong at that point. I wasn't strong in my pronunciation. I wasn't strong in my mixing. But like I think the way that like the beats came together,
Mhm.
and like we've like a lot of people heard that album that I had no idea were like listening since like Sidhu came and he was like, "But you meant forever," like 2011.
So 2011,
Crazy,
wow.
that's crazy.
And it's just like I had no idea.
I don't even think Sidhu was in Canada
No.
in 2011.
No,
But yo,
no, like,
wow.
Sidhu
you
was
have a
talking about, like, in
huge following in
Punjab,
India.
I had no idea that I had like a following.
How did you get it out? What did you release it on?
Nothing. Like I
Uh-huh.
put it on Facebook, and then there was some some DJ forums, and then that's it.
And
I
that's
just sent
Was
it to my
SoundCloud out
friends.
then?
Yeah,
What?
I didn't even. I forgot to put it on SoundCloud for like a month. Like I just put it out on iTunes, and then you know how easy it is to get like a top world album on iTunes.
Yeah.
You only have to sell like 20 copies.
Yeah.
So we did that, and I was like, job to you.
Done. You're
We
on.
made it.
That's crazy.
How difficult has it been being in Calgary? Because it's not like a major city or big hub, like to get your music out and get in touch with people and work with artists.
It's never been like an issue for me because like I didn't start working with people till like 2013, 14.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
what
you're
I was
always
gonna
by
say
yourself.
too.
Yeah.
Like that actually probably worked in your favor because you were writing your lyrics, you were producing it, and you were singing it.
So
And
yeah,
you
there
liked
was,
being
but
in
like
your zone.
it wasn't like that. Like I didn't. It wasn't that I didn't realize that this was anything like until probably I released Future Proof in 2014. That's when I realized that this was something. Otherwise, before, like I even did like a show. I did like shows every now and then,
Yeah.
and like it's just because I had like no self confidence. I think even when I made Forever, like I was just a kid like in my basement, and then I found out I had to do like music videos. I had to, you know what I mean? And like I was not prepared. Like I gotta tell you straight up, I was not prepared to like come in front of the camera. I wasn't prepared to like be in front of people. I was just like a shy kid. I'm the type of kid that had headphones in his thing, hoodie up, and just walking through the halls of high school.
Oh wow.
And then after that, I kind of realized that, oh damn, like I have to. now.
You ever
Yeah,
get some of those high school friends coming back like, we had no idea you had this talent or you could do
Well,
this?
like a lot of people knew that I sang because like I used to, when I was a kid, I used to do these Vasaki shows.
Okay.
So I was like known even when I was like 10, 11, 12 because I used to do these Vasaki shows at the Jubilee Auditorium and there used to be like 2,000-3,000 people there. And I was known as the kid because like I had this Yamaha keyboard and I'd sing like, you know, like Mon Vadas or whatever. And like the whole like stage would like come up and it'd be like this huge ass stage and like this tiny little kid. and, like, and you know those like old keyboards, they had like the and like that's what I'd be like singing on and I'd be playing like little chords.
Yeah.
And people like you know what I mean? I did it like 3-4 years in a row.
Mm-hmm.
And so
How'd you have the confidence though to get up on that stage?
I never had confidence.
But you
I'd
would
like,
just do it.
My dad would be like, God,
Can I interrupt, guys? I'm
We're
a
gonna
huge
leave you here.
Mon Vadas fan, and I'm a huge fan of yours as well. I would love to hear you sing something, anything, or what you sang at that show.
I don't remember. I think I sang Ni Aaja Bhabhi Chhoot Le.
Oh, my favorite track.
But
man.
I always used to sing Hun kalli beh ke sochi ni assi kini kita tere lai. I used to sing
That's dope.
because I was raised on Senti songs. Like that's why I sing Senti songs.
I think we all.
No,
we all
like
love Senti songs.
my
man.
dad, like every car ride would be Senti songs.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And like
And the thing is too, though, like as a vocalist, like
Mhm.
those are the songs that are challenging, or
those
are
are, exactly.
like, as opposed to the like upbeat stuff. It's not as challenging lyrically or vocally as well, right? So
Yeah.
I think that has a lot to do with it, and even
100%.
it's more pleasant to the ears.
It is. And
All
you, like,
Punjabi guys, we all love sad songs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man. Inside, nobody likes it. We'd like to act like we're hard, but,
But no,
as soon
we
as I
love
get in the car,
100%.
I don't think I've
I'd
ever,
make
because
sad
like my
song
dad,
playlist.
ever since I was like probably the first cassette I ever bought was from India was Sukhwinder Panchi.
Okay.
And
Banger.
that's like what a brand. And then the first artists, like, cause you know, my mom and they used to do all the shows, so I would be chilling backstage with
In
like
Calgary?
with like Mohammed Sadiq,
That's
Khalid
sick.
Monarch,
Sick.
and like I'd be 6 years old, and you know, even like the Hansraj shows, like I'd be chilling with them before the show, and I think that's where I kind of got that like, okay,
You watch them like
I watched them and I seen like, you know, all these Punjabi singers, you know, like the lineups on these shows were crazy. Imagine like Bind Rakhiya, Manak, Hansraj, Durga Rangila, Sardul. Like that's one show. And like that's
crazy.
where I was
Yeah,
like
and now
chilling
people
all
go
the time.
crazy when
You
there's
saw-
two sick artists.
You saw Binder
Back
Rakhiya
then-
perform?
Yeah.
No way. That's
I was like
never seen him
chilling.
perform.
You know what I mean? I was like probably mad young.
Dude, I
But,
don't
like,
think I've met
that's-
too many people who have seen
Binder
Binder Rakhiya
Rakhiya
perform
perform.
live, right?
I performed on stage.
I've
with
never
him,
seen
yeah.
it.
With him?
I danced on. I have
Yeah.
video and pictures
Oh,
of
That's
dancing on
crazy,
stage.
man.
That's a
Because
legend
my dad used
himself,
to be
man.
pretty close with him and share something.
Damn, that's
Pretty
crazy.
sick. But
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
super dope. Moving forward to 2014, okay, you realize this is real now. You know, you're making music. It's probably something that you could possibly make a living off of. What changes at that point for you with Future Proof?
I think it was just like I learned how to mix. I learned how to sing kind of properly. I learned how to pronounce a lot better. Like it was just like an improvement of
Yeah.
whatever Forever was. And then that was like the first album where like the industry started showing me support, where like other artists, other producers
Sorry, our Uber Eats just got here. It was a little bit late.
Most professional.
That's not the Uber Eats
unprofessional
driver. This is the manager right here. This is the manager.
He hates being on camera.
How did that work during the wedding? Isn't it the worst when they're taking pictures? You gotta smile and all that. Oh my god. So yeah, you're realizing that you got to do it all. Did you ever think to seek out help? Like, let me go find a producer, a mixer.
No. I mean, there was another producer on that album.
Mhm.
On Future Proof, there was that
yeah.
house song, right?
Yeah,
yeah.
So Divine.
That's it. Yeah, that was a sick song.
And that was a good song, but it wasn't like me.
Mhm.
I felt like I was following a trend. Like
That
EDM
house mix,
drops.
I think I heard that.
Isn't
Yeah,
he
I
from
like
the
that.
Calgary, Alberta area as well?
Yeah.
You know what? It did sound very 2014. Like I think when that
It
house
was,
stuff was coming.
But like one thing I realized, and I think my fans realized, is that it wasn't me.
Mhm.
And like, I think I was talking to Mickey at that point. I was like, maybe he should have sang that song or
Yeah.
something. And like, you know what I mean? Like, I like now I'm at a point where like I look back a lot and like think that like, oh, like there was some times where you feel so pressured
Yeah.
to like make a banger,
Yeah.
and then you realize that like
We got chow, we got champagne, we got it all, man.
and then yeah, there's like there's a lot of times where like I was pressured, that I felt like I was pressured to make like commercial music.
yeah.
And then when you look back, the songs that did the best for me were like the most
True to you,
true to me.
what you would want to do,
Exactly.
and what you 100%.
Well, I think that's where a true artist actually comes out, is where you stick to your guts and like kind of what works for you. A lot of times, like, I mean, pressure is real. Everybody around you is gonna say, "Hey, make a song like Drake, make a song like
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
you know, make
I
a song
mean,
like Weekend."
You have songs that like, there's one song that we were listening to, you did with Surrender Rutten. It's like an upbeat song.
Yeah.
And I showed it to these
I
guys
did
yesterday.
not
They had
even
no idea it
know
was you.
It was you.
Yeah.
But like now
Yesterday.
when you play like any of these, like the stuff you're doing right now, you've stuck with that style, and it's like, yo,
100%.
that's all you want to.
I was
Like,
just talking to him.
for me as a fan, that's all I kind of want to hear from you as well. Like when I'm driving home late night, back roads, I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
100%.
Prophecy's
Like
album.
my best friend Japinder and my girlfriend, like they still have your album on
That's
repeat.
crazy, man.
Every time I sit in their car, they have all your songs
I
playing,
think-
and it's
like-
just that whole. It's your feeling, even like
Yeah,
all
like-
your
I think
songs
people like relate
are similar
to
but
that.
different in the same
Yeah,
way as well. So
people like really relate, because like those, I think people aren't dumb. They understand that like these songs were made with a pure feeling.
yeah,
And then when I've kind of tried to do like something commercial, people can tell. People can tell, be like, oh, this is not
no, it makes
like
sense.
it's good,
Yeah.
but
But like
it's
you don't
not.
have to be that artist that is catering to everyone.
Exactly.
You have your line and you've been true to it, and you had a following before, but you're building it more and more.
Exactly.
Has that
So
ever
it's
deterred you from wanting to go outside? Because sometimes you want to try something different, right? Sometimes you want to like.
I
Try
have like I have a lot of stuff that is like people will be like, what the heck?
Yeah,
I just
you try something new, right?
yeah, like I have a bunch, and even like I think me and JJ have tried a lot of stuff too in the studio, and but for me it's like if it's not like organic, if it's not, you know what I mean, like I've done a Bhangra song before, I
No
just
way.
never released it.
I
That's
can't-
what I was gonna
yeah.
ask you. I'm like, I want to hear Prophecy on like a
Yeah.
Manikere Talak style song, like
It's
Tumbi
like,
Zettos.
I, like a lot of people don't know, but I write for a lot of artists. I've wrote for a lot of Punjabi artists. Like
Nice.
and like after 2014 was when like people from the industry started hitting me
Any
up.
you can mention?
I can't, because like they stole my songs.
Oh.
That happens.
So
That
that's
happens.
when I went to India in 2014, and I worked with a lot of artists, and
And a lot of people that said, "Koi na pari ho ju."
yeah, because I was new then, and I was
Oh,
just
you-
excited to be working with like
But then
big
why
artists.
can't you mention them? Because they stole it, so you can't get credit off it
Because
anyway.
like it was like at one point it was an issue, and then now we're kind of cool. So
Mhm.
like it
Oh,
doesn't
okay,
make
okay. So
sense
you don't
for
want
me
to start
like-
up an old beef
Yeah,
for no
yeah, yeah.
reason, yeah. But fuck those guys. Anyways, yeah. is that 2014 where you started your own label as well, Prophecy Productions?
Yeah, I mean Prophecy, like it was, I don't think it's ever been like an actual label.
Oh,
label.
okay, okay.
Like it's just been like me and my bass
But you
player.
had an artist.
So
what
yeah,
was her
so
name?
I had
Rashi
Rashi
Sood.
Sood.
Uh-huh.
That was
Amazing
an
vocalist.
amazing
Amazing.
vocalist,
She's
amazing,
from Fagwara, right?
No, she's from Ludhiana.
Ludhiana.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Her latest track,
amazing
Panjeba, was sick.
vocalist.
Oh, no, not Panjeba. What's it
Uh,
called?
Uh,
Punjab.
Yeah, Punjab, yeah.
Punjab was Jasmine.
Yeah, yeah. Punjab, and yeah, she's amazing vocalist. So I basically when I signed her back in 2013, and for me it was like, we say signed, but like it was just for
Working
me to
together
work,
kind of
working
thing?
together
Yeah.
and like seeing what I can do. And then and in that I also realized that like I don't think I was like as established enough to be doing stuff for other people.
Mhm.
So like I think the
Did
one
you write for her?
yeah, I wrote, composed, but then like, you know, she wrote a lot herself.
Okay.
Composed a lot herself.
Don't be afraid to eat, man. We're all doing
Yeah,
this.
no,
No, that's dope. I mean, if you at least had the aspirations to want to start something like that, you know. And then you realize that it's hard to do it all.
I think
you know?
that was a perfect collaboration as
My
well.
favorite.
Like, you both had a very similar style, and like
Yeah, I mean, she was like, she's probably one of the most like natural singers
Yeah,
I've
she's
ever
amazing.
heard in my life.
Mm.
Where there's like no tuning necessary.
she
there's
posts
nothing.
just like live covers on
Yeah,
her
yeah,
phone
live.
all the time on
Yeah,
Snapchat or
yeah.
Instagram. I always listen to them like
yeah, it's just like
no auto tune, nothing,
unreal.
and she's just very.
Because
slow.
like as like for me, I'll be honest and be like I have a lot of like anxiety, of a lot of like, especially when it comes to like singing live. Like I could do it like if it wasn't this setting, I'd be like, oh yeah, up a gallon there. And then as soon as like there's cameras or anything, like I've always been that person that just kind of like
Yeah.
freezes up.
Mhm.
And so for me, I respect people that can like put all of that to the side and like still hit those notes.
She can do that?
Yeah. No, I think that's a real thing. Like we were just talking yesterday or the day before. Jyoti's like, goes to me and wants me to MC his wedding. I was like, I don't know, I could do this because it's like kind of fun.
I'm getting
We're
married.
hanging out.
Yeah.
I'm
But
getting
like
married.
to be live in front of like 1,000 people and to be speaking on a mic, I do the same thing. I just
Yeah.
freeze up. I don't want
Like
to.
that,
Yeah.
and that, like I said, like a lot of things I had to work on was just like my confidence and knowing what to do. Like, if you look at like my early concert foot, like I was walking side to side. I was like not even facing the crowd at one point.
How did you? So how did you work on it?
You just like you get forced into those situations.
And then
Like,
what do you?
if like my song's doing well, I'm gonna get booked for shows.
Yeah.
And then the
You
more
have to.
shows you do, you just have to
Okay.
do it.
And like,
It's
if
like-
people don't understand. Sorry, people don't understand. Like when you're on stage, like even right now, for example,
yeah.
right? There's lights. Like we can't see the people behind the lights on stage. When all these lights are shining, you can just hear the crowd, but you can barely see them.
Oh, is
Yeah.
it
You
like
have-
that? Like that?
It's
Basically
yeah,
like
it's
that.
Literally,
right there.
yeah, just like
this,
that.
yeah.
Well, it's
That's
like-
how it is
See
on
the
stage,
front row?
but it's
Yeah.
all over,
And,
and
yeah.
you can hear everyone, but you can barely see them, and you're
Yeah.
vibing.
Well,
so
lucky for you, your whole first row is all girls screaming. So I mean, that's
Like
gotta
yesterday.
be.
But like me and Omar were talking, like this is a shock because like you have no idea how many shows that we went to that we were told okay, itda na music hai, hana,
Yeah.
kisne auna hi nahi. And there'll be like 10 people in the crowd,
Yeah.
and you'd have to figure out how to talk to 10 people in the crowd, and
Wow.
you'd have to figure out how to sing. Okay, there's only 10 fans here. I did a show in New York, probably the second show I did in New York. It was me and Mickey, and this show was hyped. Like we just dropped Duck, and everyone said that this show is gonna be crazy. Like there's gonna be, you know, girls, guys, everyone. Like it's gonna be packed. We show up, there's 8 people in the audience.
Wow.
8, and I thought I was popping.
Yeah.
So
Reality
there's
check.
8 people in the audience, and Mickey goes to me, he's like, "Yeah, bro, you want to go on first?" I was like, "Yeah." So I go on first, and like I just like you have to do it. Like there's like 4 people
They-
that are your fans.
even if
Just
it's 4,
asking-
they came to
have
see you, so-
exactly. So yeah, we like put on a show, brought him on
and at the end of the day,
Yeah.
that's something that's easier for you now. There's less people. You get to shake your
No,
nerves
that's why
off.
we're shocked now.
Mhm.
Like I did 2, like I've done now. I did 8 shows last month, and I'd say probably 6 of them were like insane.
Wow.
And
down.
you just value it. You value it so much more.
Because you've seen where you come from, right?
'Cause I've
Like,
seen like
yeah.
Even also, but when you guys, like, I'm gonna say the whole like, you, Mickey, Fateh, all that, the whole collective North American type guys.
yeah.
You used to have to do like, you know, at least 2 guys together or 3 guys together in order to get us, in
had
order to get
yeah.
a crowd that was even somewhat
Yeah.
good. And now you're going out by yourself doing
Yeah.
a full out,
Dude,
sold
Like
out.
yesterday,
It's
2,500 people
crazy.
sold
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
It
I
was
did
amazing.
a show like 3 years ago when Guru Randava Suit came out a week before the show. It was Miss India after party. I swear to God, it was at Fume Lounge in Brampton.
Yeah.
There's like 5 people there.
Yeah.
And I was
Guru
like, yo,
Randava.
for Guru Randava. And I was like, yo, I don't
Wow.
even want a DJ. I sent, if you guys know who Bundi is, I sent Bundi in. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna chill outside and just chill.
Yeah.
You go DJ, and then Guru did his thing. And it's like maybe like 40 people in there, and look at him now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You
It's
just- yeah,
crazy.
and
That's
you
awesome.
don't like.
Humble beginnings.
Yeah, you don't realize. I mean, we realize a lot. Like every show where people show up, I'm just like, bro, people like know me. People like I'm still
Even at this stage.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Dude,
Wow.
last
That's
night
awesome.
with like a bunch of dissies jacked up on alcohol, you were the one person that could control them with like
They were singing
not
every
hype-
single
every
song.
song.
You were even saying
I was
the song-
surprised. I
You
was like,
released
yo.
the
Yeah,
song
I
the
just
guys
released
as well?
it
before.
yesterday, and they knew the song.
That's insane.
like in one day, and they all knew the song. That was amazing.
It was. I was
Good
just
for you.
yeah. Like that's
Good for you, man.
It's crazy. I don't realize, and like even now going back, like that's when me and my dad, like that's when my dad realized is when we went to India, and there was like people
Coming up.
hunting us down, like
This trip?
no, like in 2014.
Okay.
I put like a snap of like I'm in the band, and like someone recognized like the Penki or something. 5-10 kids that showed up in front of the koti, and my
crazy.
tai at that time she didn't know anything.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, see prophecy, no prophecy, they drove like an hour away, and I felt so bad.
That's
And then my
huge.
dad was like, "Did it fan hai gaya?" I was like, "Yeah." And then my dad patted me on the back, and he's like, "God,
Yo,
Nice.
and the thing is, in India, like they're so
They're
true.
serious,
like,
man.
true," and they're so loyal. Like
It's amazing.
it's like unfiltered,
Yeah.
like actually like.
Has anybody
sometimes scary.
tattooed prophecy on their arm yet?
Yeah, they have.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow.
Damn.
Holy
That's how
moly.
you know you made it. When somebody
Yeah.
tattoos your
Jazzy
name,
B.
dude, the people
That's
are like
sick,
full on like
man.
bubble
You've
butt
seen it?
sleeves.
Yeah, I've
Someone
seen
said-
it.
that's
and,
awesome, man.
You know, I don't like. For me, it's like I've never thought like I'm special. You know what I mean? I feel like artists get to that stage where they feel like holy smokes, like I'm special. I've never felt special. I felt like that. If I'm gonna be completely honest, I make music for myself.
Yeah.
Like I just do what I like to make, and then people suddenly start to like it. That's why I'm always so confused.
I was telling Joker
We've had
today,
this. Like that's really
yeah.
deep
This
because
has been you, and now finally, like that crowd has
Has-
met
yeah,
you. and
yeah.
you're at
Caught
your
up.
point. That's
Yeah.
what it
And,
feels
like,
like.
it- yeah.
people get like you were talking about the commercial stuff. Like
Yeah,
even
yeah.
myself or other people out there are trying to do what people want to listen to.
Exactly.
But you've been doing what you want to do
Exactly, yeah.
since day one. Like you
Yeah.
said, you've done a few commercial things, but
Mhm.
otherwise you've just
It's
been
just
straight.
been like what I wanted to do and what I like,
awesome.
and like I like touchwood. I'm really fortunate that I didn't have to go through like some stuff that like other artists have to go through. I literally just been like this skinny kid with big ears sitting in my basement in his pajama, his
Yeah.
like, making songs, and the whole world is like listening, and it just
No, that's
From
like,
Calgary.
that's crazy.
from Calgary too.
You know,
it's like minus 30
Minus
something.
40.
Did you ever have like a
hold on,
feeling of
I
wanting to
gotta
move?
ask him this
Oh,
one
yeah.
question. With that album and saying that you make music for yourself, what was your favorite song off Forever?
There was this one song called Ki Ho Gaya, and it was so random. Like there was
Can
this,
we listen to it? We'll take a quick break and we'll
Yeah.
listen to it. We gotta just yeah.
Yeah, I don't even
All right, let's listen to that. We're gonna listen to Ki Ho Gaya by Prophecy off Forever album. All right, and we're back with that track right there, Prophecy. We spiked his coffee with a little bit of Jameson while we were off.
Irish coffee.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about that song and why you liked it
You
so
sound,
much?
Why do you sound so different?
So I sound different on Forever because when I was 3 years old, the first day I learned how to crawl, I fell down the stairs and fell on my nose.
Ooh.
Oh shit!
And so for the first like probably 16, 17 years of my life, like I couldn't breathe through my nose.
I have that problem now.
Yeah.
Do you have a deviated septum?
No, it was worse than that. Basically, it was so bad that like the bone in my like that's why I have like a kind of an indent here.
I'm going to a specialist next week. Like I'm trying to get that free surgery from the government.
Any doctors hit us up.
So I got basically after the Forever album is when my I had this surgery to find like I could finally like smell and like
Oh wow!
fuck.
And wow!
so
and
like
you had it since you were a kid, so you you didn't
like,
even know.
Yeah. So I had to no worries. So I had to you know I had that surgery right after. I think I did this mixtape when me and when we did the Lost in Dreams, like all this other stuff. Right before that, I had a surgery that kind of opened up my nose, so my whole voice changed after that.
That's
So the
good.
first album, like it was the whole thing was like this. That's why
Okay.
all the songs sound like so nasally, is because I couldn't breathe in my nose. And so I was like, when I was recording, I was breathing through my, and that's why even in the first few music videos, like they're like, oh, it's like I could
Couldn't
only
breathe.
breathe one, and like I was taking like inhalers and stuff like on the Sony music video.
Uh-huh.
And like it was just so that's one thing that like I think like improved everything is like
You've been practicing for 16 years with that, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden,
We
get
Weren't
to
you just
surgery
like,
and you were
whoa,
probably
what the
like,
fuck?
whoa.
I was like, yeah,
You probably
'cause,
sounded
I was
way
just
better.
Like,
You
oh,
probably-
like there's more, stuff. There's more, you know what I mean, vocal quality coming through now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
'Cause,
how they teach you, like,
Yeah,
sing
yeah,
from your
from
stomach.
here.
Now
yeah,
you actually, that's
now you
huge.
you could do that.
How big was puberty in your voice? We talked to Winder, and he was talking about how big it was for his brother. They used to do what would they? What was it called?
Kaveshri and shit like that?
Yeah, like when they were
Doggy
singing.
Wada and stuff, yeah.
Did you see that effect in your music? Because you've been singing from 5 till now,
So
right?
like basically when I used to sing as a kid, I'd try and sing like I was an older person.
oh, in
So
a
I'd
deeper
like
voice.
to I always used to try and sing like Savarkoti.
Uh-huh.
So I used to like as a kid like trying to do that.
That was the best
And so
Sabarkoti
I used to
Did
impression
you
ever.
Mosamwangu?
Yo. कौन करे ती बारिकी से ते हो कौन करे इतबार किसे ते जिबे इतबारी दुनिया पैरी पैरी धोखे दिंदी है ए जालम सारी दुनिया ए जालम सारी दुनिया and that goes
Yo,
Yeah.
as soon as he started, hold on.
The chills.
As soon as he started, I was like, yo, did you play something? Recorded? Or
Don't they
like,
pop that other
amazing,
bottle of
man.
champagne?
Oh,
We
yeah.
gotta
Oh, man,
celebrate
what the
today,
fuck?
man.
Yeah,
Holy
cheers to
shit.
That's his classical
Oh my God.
training plus his
Yo.
Western taste.
I
That was
love
beautiful, man.
Sabarkoti.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
so I used to like sing in that voice when I was a kid. So I'd be even like when I'd like do those keyboard shows or whatever,
Yeah.
I'd always like put on his voice because like he was like, and I met him a few times too, like through all those shows.
Rest
wow.
in peace.
And yeah, rest in peace. That was a huge,
Gunshots. There.
huge inspiration.
We
Pour
got-
out some
we-
pour out some liquor for Sabarkoti.
Yeah, there we go.
Hold on. Do I got to do one of these?
Yeah. We got to get some champagne for our camera guys as well. Kevin and Arsh, Lucid Film, shot by Dolo. We're all out here today. We're celebrating. Prophecy. I got to ask you about we know your talent. We know you're super talented. Tell me about some of the people in the industry that you respect musically.
I think like through all, basically everyone I've collaborated with it's never been for me like name thing.
Mhm.
Like, oh, this guy has a big name. It's like the first thing I see is if someone's talented. And then the second thing that's I think the most important is like being a good person
Yeah.
and being able to like vibe in the studio. Because a lot of people like, especially like Punjabi singers, like, they can't, they're it's like, it's hard to vibe in the studio.
I think
Okay.
Rashi's a prime example of that.
Yeah.
She was a nobody.
Yeah. Yeah, Rashi and like a bunch of artists. And
Yeah.
like, so I respect probably like everyone I've worked with.
Yeah.
And I've been a fan, like a genuine fan of probably everyone I've worked with.
You and Mickey, it sounds like you've known each other a really long time.
Yeah.
Did you guys start around the same time?
I think he started before I did.
Okay.
And he, I met him in 2012, right after that no surgery.
Oh, yeah,
that's
yeah.
when I met him, and he just showed up at my house, and we probably made like 5-6 songs.
Well,
that
he
night.
flew out to Calgary?
Yeah, because he had like family or something there,
Mhm.
and so he was like, "Bro, I'm gonna be in Calgary," and he showed up, and we got insanely drunk.
That's
Like,
all it
probably
takes, eh?
Finished a whole bottle of Captain
I'm
Morgan.
coming.
Oh.
And like,
I'm
I don't
coming to
drink
Calgary
anymore.
now.
I
That sounds
haven't
like my
drank
kind of
in-
party.
Really,
Yeah.
I'm coming to Calgary.
I
next
haven't
week.
drank in like 3 years. so
Why
I
is
don't
that?
like
What was
that.
the reason behind that?
I just didn't like enjoy it.
Oh, okay.
I want for like a beer with my dad,
Yeah.
and I took like one sip, then I had a drink, and I was like, I think I'm done drinking. And then
Wow.
I stopped.
Sick,
and then I
man.
met up with JJ.
And he can still write all these like super
And then
sad
JJ
songs without the alcohol. Damn.
Man, I wish I had that calling where one day I was like, I just can't do it
And
anymore.
hold on, how do you know JJ and don't drink? Like that's hard,
Well, I mean,
man.
we had a lot of
Yeah, we've had
good,
sessions.
good times.
We've had good
before.
sessions.
But now it's been like 3 years,
Damn.
and I haven't felt like drinking.
Down.
I'm okay right now.
So I met him back in 2012, and that's when we made Duk. That was the first night that we met. It was me, Mickey, and my dad. Because my dad helped me
Amazing
write a
song,
lot.
sick video.
Your dad
Yeah.
sounds very musically involved. Like, does he play any instruments? Does he sing
No,
himself?
he likes to sing, and he likes to like it's more of just a hobby for him.
He
You should
was
see
he was
these
a
guys.
seed basically.
He was
that
a
just
seed,
kinda-
but
he
every
didn't do it, but he wanted you to do
exactly.
it. Yeah.
So I'm like living his dream.
But even when
awesome.
he makes music or does anything, from what I've seen, the 2 or 3
My
times,
dad just
he's
comes in.
always just comes down, just starts talking to him, chilling
Yeah.
with him, seeing what he's
That's why,
doing.
like,
That's sick,
even when
man.
we did
Yeah.
Duk, like it was me, Mickey, and my dad, and like we would be say coming up with melodies or writing lyrics, and my dad would be like, "Nee, idda na kuch likho," and then put a lyric in
Have
there.
you ever been in that
It gives you
situation
that-
where your dad's like, "It dada kuch likho," and you're like, "Your dog."
Yeah.
Just get out of my
worked on-
studio, bro.
We worked on while he's been working on songs. He's like, I can't think of a line. And then he's like, hold on, let me,
Call my
let
dad.
me figure out
Yeah.
a line properly. Calls his dad, figures it out, and like switches up the
Sick.
entire line.
Yeah,
It
You get
sounds
the
sick, too.
folkness from him too, right?
It's just like the first album was like I didn't use my dad that much, and I think like that's why a lot of people are like, oh, ਇੱਥੇ ਤਾਂ ਜੰਮਿਆ ਪੜਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ, ਇਹਨੂੰ ਕਿਹੜੀ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ? Because like I was like
the
it was
section
right,
section up.
Sony, like you know it like the lyrics
The
were
Rs.
yeah the lyrics have they've never been like super deep until my dad got involved.
Yeah.
Like we wrote Future Proof, me and my dad wrote Tukde, this one song, and it was actually inspired from this old Noor Jahan song, and basically I like that original line जिन्ने दिल दे टुकड़े कीते तू हर टुकड़े पे सोनी तेरा ना होवे. But then before that, like you know, there was so much like I came up with a lot of ideas myself too, and you just don't realize I've been with my like me and my dad have been like friends
Yeah.
for my whole life, so you don't realize these like that his influence is so strong in me,
Yeah.
and like that's why like the first line of that Hanjua Chahase Labda Fira, like that I came up with that line, and I was super proud. I was like, holy smokes, how the hell I'm born in Canada
Yeah.
and I come up with that line. And then from there, we just kept on writing.
That
That gave me
line that you
goosebumps,
said
yeah.
really stood out to me as well when I was listening back to some of your music, and I listened to it. I was like, how did he come up with the line like that? Like that's insane. The Tukre one with
Yeah,
the,
yeah.
That's one of my favorite songs. I heard it in Thadi's car for the first time.
Even Duk, man. Duk is one of
And
my
that
favorite
Shazam
That
songs.
was that was just I love
The video, everything about it, the way you
Everything
guys
was-
started the
It was
song,
just very like
the production,
Organic.
everything about it.
like we just like did it, and like you know it was
Can
4
you
or
drop
5
a-
drinks
Can you
in.
drop a line?
Yeah. तू चलदी रही ਅਸੀਂ ਖੜੇ ਰਹਿ ਗਏ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਛੱਡੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਰਹਿ ਗਏ ਤੇਰੇ ਗਮ ਦੇ ਵਰਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੀਤਾ ਦਿਲ ਸਾਡਾ ਚੂਰ ਤੇਰੀਆਂ ਦਿੱਤੀਆਂ ਬੁਰਾਈਆਂ ਕੀਤਾ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਮਸ਼ਹੂਰ ਰੱਬ ਜਾਣੇ ਕਦੋਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਮਿਲੂਗਾ ਸਕੂਨ ਜਾਣੇ ਤੋਂ ਪਿਆਰੀਏ ਕੀ ਤੂੰ ਜਾਣੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਦੁੱਖ
It's a banger.
Make some noise, man. Come
Question:
Amazing.
That Duck
amazing.
video, where'd you
Huge.
guys find that house?
So we went to Louisiana.
Okay,
Yeah,
it wasn't like run down Detroit,
No. It was Louisiana. Mickey knew someone out there,
and they just had like broken house.
No. It was like that was an orphanage, burnt
Oh,
down
shit.
orphanage. Just really creepy.
Yeah.
And it was on like some redneck guy's like property.
And he was cool with like,
no,
a
he
bunch of
wasn't.
this.
Like,
He
he
was
was
like,
100% racist. Like
Oh,
afterwards,
really?
like he like brought out his pellet gun. Like, but because we were shooting there like in secret.
yeah.
And that video.
Oh, he didn't know you guys were
No,
shooting?
no one knew. Like it was like me, Mickey, and the camera.
Goddamn sand niggers.
Oh,
And-
Towel heads.
So
what
he-
you doing on my property,
Yeah,
boys?
yeah. And then we're like, yeah, we should probably.
Prophecy, I've noticed a lot of your melodies, they have this Bollywood vibe to them. Like they're almost like, I feel like I've heard this song before. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Is you're highly inspired from Bollywood?
Yeah, highly, especially 90s Bollywood the most.
Mm-hmm.
I love like even like melodies I've done for like other artists, and I've always used that as like I just gravitate towards it.
You were saying the first time you ever sang for your Ustad.
Yeah, it was like Hum Aapke Hai Kaun and those type of melodies, and I didn't understand those type of melodies until later on. Like for me, it was just like playing something catchy,
Something that you know.
something
you've been
that I
watching it
knew
as a kid.
exactly, and then afterwards it turned into, I kind of know why I'm bringing this in. Before I didn't know,
Yeah.
and then obviously 2000s like Bhangra, like UK music had a huge impact
And like
on all of us.
for the kids, like younger kids nowadays, like Punjabi movies didn't exist.
But
when
I
we
used
were
to
all
watch.
kids,
I
you
used
know?
to watch a lot of Punjabi movies.
But like still, it was like Jogaraj and like
but
Oi, main
but I
Gurdasit.
love
like
those,
you know,
like
it was sick. But Bollywood movies were still the forefront.
Exactly.
Like we all
I mean,
watched Bollywood
Punjabi
movies at
movies
Albion cinemas back in the day.
revamped when like Harpa Jaman came in.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and then
Yeah.
it transitioned and it got bigger. So now I stopped watching Bollywood movies, but
I
back
love
as a
Punjabi
kid,
movies.
like just
Yeah,
like you,
yeah.
like we all
You
used
watch
to go to
Bollywood
Albion
movies?
cinemas.
Oh, yeah.
That's all
and
you
like
had.
bro,
yeah.
me, I'm like watching Dilwale like for the
Yeah.
800th time. Like I'm
Yeah.
just what I
Did you
mean?
buy
So
yourself a little
nostalgic.
banjo too? And say that?
We actually
Ding,
I
ding,
bought a
ding,
tuntuna
ding.
or whatever from
No way.
India. Yeah. Actually, my brother did, and then even the like that, bro. There's some that VHS we like that. Once the DVD came, I got the pirated version. That DVD stopped working. I watched that movie so many times. Like,
It's a classic though, man.
Yeah,
You gotta
yeah.
give credit to that.
Awesome.
In your lane of music, I mean, I think it's fair to say we can give credit to Prophecy, Mickey, that they pretty much paved the lane for this. They've made a lane for themselves, or
Yeah.
This
you could say,
urban
right?
Punjabi
A different,
like
yeah.
Yeah, this
sound.
urban. You can't
Yeah.
say this.
This didn't come
new
from the
lane
UK.
We gotta
without
get Mickey
mentioning
in
you
here
guys.
too.
Well,
Yeah.
the only person from the UK is Izu. I think
Yeah.
he.
But that's
Yeah.
like now. That's like the
Yeah,
last
now
2
those
years,
come out,
right? But
yeah.
like I mean, like going back, like thanks, JJ. Going back like 10 years ago when you guys were getting into this stuff,
there was nobody.
there was nobody. It was either Mickey,
There-
Prophecy,
but you know
and
what?
then-
There were, because there was a lot of people that paved the circuit for us.
Like
You
Richie.
got like
Um,
Jay Sean.
Rich
no,
Sean,
but
yeah.
even in North America, like
Yeah.
Culture Shock was.
Yeah,
They
Sonny Brown.
opened up the university circuit for us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Sonny
Even-
Brown-
And even
Sonny
like
Brown, Lil Nas X.
Bills, Kashif.
even like out of New York, like Bikram Singh. Bro,
Yeah.
Bikram Singh is the reason that I started collaborating, because I did that collaboration in 2012,
Mhm.
and I was Lakawa is one of my top 5 songs
Huge.
of all time.
All time.
Yeah.
100%.
I wish Bikram Singh was still making music, man.
Yeah, and like so he was one of the biggest reasons that like I realized that holy like people will want to work with me
Yeah.
and want to, and I was just embarrassed because I had no idea what I was doing then, and
And then you gotta have the confidence to go up
you
to
have
other people.
yeah,
right?
and you have to have the confidence to when Bikram sends you something. He even flew us down to New York for the video, and like, bro, at that time I was not video ready. You know what I mean? Like, bro, it took me about 4 or 5 videos to learn that I should comb my hair. You know what I mean? Like, you could look back at the few ones that are still around.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything. I all I knew is that like I love to make music,
Yeah.
and then I didn't know like what angles. I didn't know that kapde bhi paune pehnte hai, daadi bhi nahi pehnti hai.
Yeah.
But I was just like,
That's huge.
it was
man.
2014, 15.
It's a whole different side that you were in your basement making this,
And then like
bomb-ass
people
music.
liked it, and then like
and you're like, oh, now I
basically-
gotta
and then like
show my face.
Yeah, then I was like, I have to show my face, and then I remember the biggest thing was like. My dad used to like just rip me. My dad was like, "Tu singer bhi nahi lag raha." Right? He was like, "Tu ki karna video ch?"
दो तीन सोने की
Right?
मोतियां
Yeah,
पा.
yeah. It's just like, tu lagda hi nahi. And so for me, it was like music has always been natural because like I've always wanted to improve, wanted to learn.
Yeah.
With this, it's actually been like a little bit of work.
What's your dad's full name? Just for
Daljit
audience.
Chatta.
Daljit Chatta, man. Huge
Yeah.
shout outs to him. Like
Huge
They
shout
did a
outs to
collab.
Clearly-
We
on
did
the
a
new
collab
album.
on the
Yeah, no,
album
I know.
too. Yeah.
I know.
On the latest album.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
And
Which
actually, I've had so many people message me.
Yeah.
This is what's the song called?
Reason.
Reasons.
Yeah, yeah.
So I have had so many people message me asking me if I was on that track because I think I sound exactly like him.
My dad.
Yeah.
That's so funny because like so there was a lot of pressure because I've wanted to do a song with my dad for like 2-3 years
I know,
now,
that's sick. So.
and basically that was like that we fought like that whole studio session. It was
Hey,
me and my
Takaro.
dad back and forth because like basically I when I'm working, like sometimes I like forget to have like regard that someone else is gonna be there, or someone else. I've done it to like Fateh someone so many times where I've like changed the pitch or something. So basically, my dad like he's not a trained singer.
Yeah.
And he practiced the lines for that song on 2 pitches lower.
Yeah.
And the day of, I changed the pitch. I was like, it's gonna sound like this. And so
He was probably like,
he was singing at a different pitch, and we were just getting so annoyed at each other. And then we were just like it got really hectic. And Umar was calling me. He's like, yo, like, make sure you film this. Like, this is a magical moment. Father and son.
everything coming
And
into
you have to
like one track.
yeah,
That's
you
beautiful.
have to get, but like the studio channel was just like, my dad swearing at me. My dad like stormed off. He's like, "Main tera pe aaya, tu mera aaya."
I just picture like Homer Simpson and Bart. Like,
Yeah. So
That actually would have been dope
So
to
we didn't
film, man.
record it, but that there was a lot of hard work that went into that song.
Oh,
And
that's
then
cool.
I showed my dad. He had when the album came out, because obviously like it did really well. My dad has like 14,000 like followers on Spotify. My dad's
sick,
like
man.
hockey hunda. I was like, Dad, you're famous.
You made it.
Yeah.
Speaking of
That's
Spotify, I just learned another great fact that this morning driving in, that you have over 20 million streams on Spotify.
Yeah.
Can we
That's
make
crazy.
some fucking noise
That's crazy.
for that,
Thank
man?
you.
Come
Thank
on,
you.
20
Thank you so
million streams. That's
Thank
insane. We were talking about collabs, and you got comfortable with doing collabs. One of your biggest ones, I think, to date was with the man Sidhu Moosewala.
Yeah.
Tell me about how that came together, how you guys worked. Did you guys meet in the studio? How did that happen?
He basically had a show in Calgary in May, and I think it was just through JT was with him, Jitinder, who's with Amar Sandhu.
Mhm.
He was with him, and he was like, we'll come by. And I thought, yeah, like obviously I'm a huge fan of Sidhu Moosewala. Known JT for
And
a
vice
while.
versa. Like you said,
Yeah,
right?
like, and I had no idea at that point. And
Sure.
I thought, okay, they finished their show, they're just gonna come by, they're gonna kick it. I wasn't expecting any music to
Yeah.
happen. I wasn't expecting that, And he just came and we just started talking, and he was like, "हाँ भरा मैं गाना लेके आया, काके मैनू पता सी आपा मिलना आया." And then he went off that like I was like, buddy, like I've been listening since like obviously like when I listen to an artist, I go back into their history. I figure out what songs they've written. I figure out which songs so like when I become a fan of someone, I go into like the stuff, where they started.
Yeah.
And for him to say that like, he was listening to like forever. He was like, "Haan, jada tu soni ch," I think I did like a murki or something, and he said I really like that. And so for me, it was like I was just like blown away. I wasn't expecting that we're gonna work on a song or anything. I just thought we're gonna kick it, talk a bit. And the way Sidhu works is a lot of writers from Punjab work really, really fast
Yeah.
and within conversation. So like me and Sidhu would be having a conversation and we would just like chilling. हाँ दस एक मिनट भरा mic on करी चल ठीक है बे तू चाहे पढ़ दो ते मैं record that हाँ जाओ भरा ठीक हो गया हाँ जी ठीक है. Then we go back to talking, and then he's like, bro मैं दूसरी लाइनां भी सोची हैं आपा कर दिया आपका चल ठीक है. And then for me, I'm not good with lyrics, so I made the compositions like very, very easily.
Yeah.
And so with that song, like my lyrics, I think we did it. We wrote that song the day before we shot it, right?
Oh,
At Ear Studio, yeah. And
I saw you guys walking that.
yeah,
way, too.
yeah,
I was like,
yeah, with
I saw you and Fateh were hanging out, and then all of a sudden Sidhu walked in.
Yeah,
And I was
yeah.
like, what? What is going on? And all of a sudden,
Yeah.
2 weeks later, the song dropped.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
That
awesome
song
to
got
see. Like,
leaked, though.
and
That
I'm a
song
huge
got
fan of
leaked,
both,
yeah.
so
Thank
like
you, man.
that was
Yeah.
awesome to see.
So how was that?
awesome
Like,
to see.
you're working with Sidhu and you have this song and everybody's like, yo, damn. Like, I remember JG telling me it was gonna be like the wedding banger. Everybody's gonna be slow dancing to
Yeah,
this
yeah.
year.
100%.
And then like all of a sudden it's on like SoundCloud. I was like, oh shit.
So he called me a day before. He's like, "Bhai, lagda leak ho jana. It's already on WhatsApp
Yeah.
and like whatever." So what happened with that song was that we had a master in June. I got the song mixed mastered, like the final whatever.
Yeah.
We didn't realize the master was corrupted.
Oh,
Like there was like
shit.
some bass or something that was just it wasn't sounding right.
Okay.
And so I called him a few weeks. I was like, "Bhai, I'm gonna get the song remastered, and then we'll put it out." Like, so we weren't gonna put that song out till August. I think it dropped in July.
Yeah.
And basically, I've never had a song leak before, and I was like tripping. Like, it happened at 4 a.m. I got a call from Umar. I got a call from Sidhu. But you gonna leak ho gaya. and I was like, man.
He called you and said, "Paji, gotta
That's
leave again."
I was
heartbreaking, right?
This is like a trend with
yeah. Like so, that's what he's saying.
JJ, how many messages have you got? Paji gonna leak.
I was like, so I was just tripping. I was like, man, like we put so much work into it. I had a show in Birmingham. I flew to Toronto. He flew to Toronto. We did the video. You know what I mean? Like a lot of hard work, and like we had a plan too, like how we wanted to release it, how we wanted to announce
Mandeep
it.
Tummy.
Did you get down to like who leaked it?
It wasn't me. Like so, like it was like I'm sure.
Obviously,
like,
it wasn't you, but
yeah.
like,
No, I mean like it was probably someone from their side, and he was mad, like relaxed about it. He's like, "Bhai, mere story gaane leak hoya, koi na, koi gal nahi." Like
It's still gonna do well.
The- well,
If it's
the-
good
that's the
music,
thing with-
it'll
that's
still
what
do
he
well, right?
what he said, like, I was freaking out. I'm gonna lie, I had like 8 panic attacks. I was like, "Leak ho gaya, main sada tak kismat idda di, blah, blah, blah." I was crying.
But it turned out.
No, and he's
turned out
calling
to
me
be
like,
good.
bro. He's like, he said one thing to me.
Sorry, go ahead.
He said one thing to me. He was like, bro. He's like, "Tu kade kise da mada kita hai?" I was like, "No." He's like, "Main kade kita hai?" I was like, "I don't think so."
Yeah.
He's like, "Aapa kise da mada nahi kita." So je gana leak bhi ho gaya, sada changa hi hona hai ਇਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ. And basically the way it happened was, I think like now I wouldn't have had it happen any other way, because
Yeah.
like for me that's like one of the biggest songs.
bro,
Yeah.
it was
And-
blowing up. It was like
So-
all over the place.
Huge.
I had like
Thank
20 WhatsApp groups. It was like, "Yo, my God!"
Just every time I
Prophecy
listen
Sidhu,
to it, I'm
Prophecy
like,
Sidhu,
yo,
Prophecy
I'm not
Sidhu.
shape for the
That's the one. That's the one song I play in my warm up set, like while people are eating appetizers,
And-
then I play during the dance floor as well.
Damn, that's crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was. So it was just like I said, it was organic.
Like people are doing like Bhangra performances.
Yeah, I
to
heard
it.
like a Bhangra
People are
version
doing
to
slow
it. I
dances
was
to
just
it.
like-
People like
it was crazy.
things you probably
Crazy.
didn't even expect.
Yeah.
When you're creating that track and you guys are both in the studio, was there ever like a difference of opinion of how to work? Because he seems like he really knows what he wants to do, and you seem like you're the same.
Yeah. So basically, that's why I you know, we've had many studio sessions. It's so easy. It's I'd say with Sidhu, with Amritaman, those 2 studio sessions have been quick. Like where we spend more time like talking, and then like, oh my god, abhi ho gaya. Like it's just like, so I think that's one thing I really respect. You know, for those 2 artists, because I've, you know, in person, they've come to my house, they've worked in my studio. So I think I can say for those 2 artists that like they're extremely fast, they know what they want, and
They
the
know what they're
lyrics
doing.
are like, the lyrics are really good. And I come in, you know, do my composition, do the production, and I think it's just like we don't overthink things.
So for like your parts on their songs, I know on the Amrit Man song
Yeah.
and the Sidhu song, did you write your own parts or did they help you with the writing? Or
So
was it, like-
Amrit helped me write my part for
Amazing lyricist as well.
Yeah, amazing.
I mean, it's crazy if somebody of that level is coming down to him like, "Yo, let's do something." It's already big as it is.
It is, yeah. And like the thing is, like, I've done collabs that unfortunately nothing happened with, like with really like probably one of the biggest artists in the Punjabi industry, and nothing happened of that. But it was, I know why it didn't happen is because it wasn't organic. It was like, oh, bhai, iddan da sanu gana chahiye, we should do it like this, we should do it. But when it happened like this time, it was just like there was a mutual respect for each other. They knew what my sound was. It wasn't that they were doing, you know, it wasn't that they were being like, "Bhai, party wala gana chahiye ya, te club wala chahiye ya." They were like, "Bhai, sanu senti gana chahiye ya, or we need something romantic." And so I think that's why it worked.
Both bangers, man. Both
Thank you, man.
tracks. My
Thank you
King
so
and
My moon.
My moon.
My Moon.
My king.
My king.
That's
Rip.
super
Because he just
dope.
released King.
yeah, 'cause that's what it is.
Why don't we go ahead and let's listen to that Prophecy and Sidhu Moosewala
Yeah.
track? You know,
Dude, you guys already know this track.
Yeah, let's listen to that. Prophecy, why don't you put the intro into that so we can all hear it?
Yeah, man. So this is me and Sidhu Moosewala, a collab that I don't think anyone, even including me, ever saw happening. And you guys are listening to it right now.
Let's go. All right, we're back with I think the biggest Bhangra Senti smash of the decade.
Punjabi.
Punjabi decade, right?
Huge.
With Sidhu Moosewala Prophecy. You
Something
told us-
nobody expected.
Not at all, right? I thought it was gonna drop on Valentine's Day just for.
Yeah, and I thought it was gonna drop a month
No.
later.
when
But yeah, like I think I forgot to mention when you were saying that if there was anything with that song. With that song, I had a different version to that song too.
Mhm.
So basically, after he left, he called me up. You come kita? I said, yeah. So basically, I took that, Sone Lag De, and when the beat drops, I had like this Yamala Jat sample in there. And it was just like, "Main teri tu," and I sang it myself, but I just like kind of made it.
Oh, "Main
whatever.
teri tu
Yeah,
mera?"
yeah. And then he hated it. Like, that's the one thing. Like, "Nahi ba you simple rakho." And I was so like attached to that, and like, I think that was
We can hear that
Yeah,
again on something else, right?
yeah. I'm sure
Yeah.
like I probably have that version somewhere. Maybe
That's
I'll, like,
super
put
dope,
it
man.
online one day.
Considering you produce a lot of your own music, who are some producers in the industry that you'd like to collab with?
It's just I think I've done something with Ezu. He's such a
Was it
talent.
Ezu?
Is it
I keep
Ezu or
saying
Ezu?
Ezu.
It's some people say Izu, some people say Ezu.
Okay.
If he comes here, he'll tell you that.
Okay.
Izu, we need you.
Yeah, we need you.
He's obviously like he's mad young and he's just such a talented producer. So I've worked with he even on Tuhiya he did like the glide bass.
Like
he
Even
played-
on
he
Tuhiya, shout out
plays-
to Amrit Aman for like writing the verses for that song. And like I just there's so many producers that like for me I've never thought that I want to, because I tried it in the past where I used to get beats from producers, but then like I always want to add my own element to it. So like
Yeah.
I'm doing another track like with some UK producers, which you'll find out one day if it comes out. But it's like they did the beat, but then I wanted to add like my own chords, my own piano. You know what I mean? Like that prophecy.
How does
sound
that
to
work
it.
with producers? They probably take offense to that, right?
Not really.
No?
Like people are open to it.
To
And like
collaborating.
I think even like Upside Down in the past, like I did the chord progression and then he just built the beat around that.
Second.
And so it's still kind of my sound,
Yeah.
but and it's you know what I mean, his signature on there as
It
well.
makes sense because when you're writing or singing something, you have a vision for it,
Exactly.
and then that producer might not be able to like even if you put the steps in first,
Yeah.
and then give it to them, then you kind of give them your vision.
I mean,
Exactly.
if you look at like any hip hop music that's coming out today, there's always like 3-4 producers involved. One
Always.
guy's doing this, one guy's doing that.
That's
one
It's
guy's
usually
doing
the
that.
guy
That's
who's
amazing.
closely
And even
attached
for
to
Like,
the
me,
you-
like
music.
what I like to do, like that's why I like send like JJ my music or other producers my songs, because like there are things that I'm not the best at, right? Like now I have writers that I could send my songs to be like, how is the writing? And they'll be like, no, you could fix this and this and this. I can send my mixes to engineers to be like, what do you think is missing? Oh, put the kick up, or let me try putting some drums up. Like it's a collaborative process now.
Amrit
Whereas-
Khan, somebody you use a lot, right? To bounce
I've been,
off
yeah,
of?
he just messaged me right now
Oh,
too,
wow.
and like he's like, "Gana kariye." And-
Message him back, be like, "मैं podcast करता हूँ, कहते तुसी भी आओ."
Yeah, 100%. Tell him.
I'm sure he'll be down. So I think it's great that like in the industry we could have that, or that I could just call people and be like does like even I released this song Kitton Diye, and like we were all confused. Like so many people is it supposed to be like Kitton Diya, Kitton Di or Kithe, like how should we make it? And I could just now call up someone and be like, "Oh, you get down that."
Yeah, like
And-
dialect.
Exactly.
Specifically,
That's the
right?
best thing ever because being born in Canada and then learning Punjabi is not your first language, definitely.
Like,
It's
oh,
your
Exactly.
second,
mera
like,
daddy no diya.
I mean, I've never gotten that bad.
No, I'm saying like no. What Munit's saying like
Yeah, no, 100%.
meri mummy no
Yo,
diya.
like, being born in Canada and speaking Punjabi at home with my grandparents and stuff like that, you feel like you're very good at Punjabi. Then you go to Punjab and you get a fucking reality check because
Oh,
you're
yeah.
like, Haji.
Straight up.
Yeah, like Kitton was made a day before the video shoot.
Oh shit.
What?
Wow.
Like I didn't have a song
Like from scratch.
from scratch.
Wow.
Basically, I had to go to LA. And like, I don't think like the team at VIP Records is gonna be happy because like that's for their label. But basically, we had the video, everything like planned that we're gonna make a video.
Yeah.
And we shot Yaratu 2 days before. So Yaratu is like, I was getting a bit annoyed because we had that song since probably April, and like I was getting busy and like really wanted that song to just drop.
Yeah.
And so we did the Yaratu video, and we had a day in between, and that day is when I wrote most of Kitton. And I only wrote it because like none of the writers were responding.
Oh
And so
shit.
like, me, Umar, my dad on Skype, we're sitting in our Airbnb in LA trying to write that song, and yeah, so it was like completely
Like,
lost. And
hey,
like
we
now
have
that I listen to it, like there's probably a lot of things that I would like change, but I mean people are loving it.
That's the
so it
best.
is.
The best part is when a song comes out and you're like, oh fuck, I could have done this or I could have
Yeah,
done
yeah.
that. And you're
Everyone
like,
else is like, oh my god, this is the
Yeah.
best thing ever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
So
you're
with
like, it could
Gitton,
be
like
better.
that's I didn't even know what like so I use that like "Kitton di tu aayi hun milne," like just to reference the Lambar Hussain Puri song,
Yeah.
right? Like "Kede Pind di milne."
Yeah.
So that was like probably after I went to India, Australia, New Zealand. I came back and I had to send that master,
Yeah.
and that part was just empty, and I just thought to do that. And then I sent it to him. He's like, "That was dope."
And I was
even
like,
the
fuck.
like that was one song that the people at the label were like, okay, like we've funded this project, and they didn't even get to hear the song, and like they didn't know, like they just know that like Prophecy is shooting something, and so I think like it's yeah, we've taken a lot. Even Tuhiya was like that. Tuhiya, the video was planned, the song wasn't.
Oh,
There was no
damn.
song. I
How do you
basically
plan a video without a song?
basically what happened
Yeah, how
was
does that even work?
because the Sidhu song was supposed to come out in August.
Yeah.
So I planned for it to come out in August. But when it leaked, I had nothing to drop in August,
Shit.
September. So I was like, "Chalo jidda hi ho." I called Hector. I was like, "I'm booking you a flight to come to Calgary.
Yeah.
We'll shoot in like Banff and whatever." He's like, "Oh, cool. Like, what's the song?" I was like, "Yeah, just." I was like,
Pause on
"Hold
that
off."
one.
We're not there yet. We're
So
not
do you
there
guys
yet.
have like a schedule? Like you're saying that you're supposed to come in August, July. Do you have like
Well,
something like
this year? It's been like it's been our goal to try and release something every month.
that's awesome?
Because like before we took a lot, I got really comfortable. Like Jalamid and All came out, that song did really well for me. Future Proof, like albums
Sick
do
song.
really well for me. Like financially, in any aspect, albums do a lot better than singles. Like especially for me.
Yeah.
And so when an album comes out, like I just chill, and I realized I can't do that because like
It lasts for like
It's
a
a
year
changing
as well,
industry,
rather
man.
than
Every
doing
day
a-
is something
it
new.
does
Rather than
last,
doing
but like at the
single-
same time, like you get comfortable.
Is that
I'm
just
comfortable.
from streaming revenue? I can't
Revenues.
speak. This is fucking champagne.
Champagne,
Yeah. Streaming revenue, or is that from performing the album and all that? too?
Like everything.
Everything
it's just
combined.
like albums, especially streaming sales, just do like for a season
Yeah.
to be like the top 10 in Canada.
Like
Mhm.
when
It's
you
the
go
top 30
perform.
in-
Yeah, that's big.
When you go perform and you're performing either a single
Yeah.
or you're performing a whole album.
And that's
But-
crazy because nowadays everybody's like, "Opa ji,
Single-
album the time nahi raha, single karo, single
No,
karo,
but
single
it
karo."
is like for me, it's always been like the albums have been more profitable.
and you put it on your own channel.
I put it on my own- and
you
monetize
revenue everything,
of
monetize it
everything.
yourself, which is amazing. Every artist should be doing that.
They should 100%. You should be own like you should. I feel like you should. What I do is, I still work with labels, especially this year. I'll be working with a lot more labels, but
But you have that pull to be able to.
I do now, but at the same time, it's also that I'm still an independent artist, and like I have to now that Kitton's come out on a label. Now my stress is that I need something for my own channel, and I personally need to get some Senti music out because I've done too many
Yeah.
like 3 happy songs in a row, and like that's too much. Like I need
And
to
he,
get
the
like,
man is sad.
Yeah,
Let it
I
be
need-
sad.
I need to-
No. I'm
I
gonna.
need to-
No,
I'm
no.
down with that. I'm
And for-
so down.
I need to get it out.
Hold
now.
on. For everybody who doesn't know Prophecy's like internal structure and his family structure, his family is the happiest motherfucking family
In the
you
world.
could come across. They sit down, they have dinner at like 9 p.m. together. They chat, they talk about world news. Everyone's
When's the
running
last
around
time-
playing with a dog.
Yeah.
And then this guy goes down to the basement and just cries himself into a new song.
When's the last time you had family dinner?
Never.
None of us.
Yeah, man. Like,
I mean, my
we
mom
have a-
made roti for me last time when I got home. That was pretty close.
we have a good like family
That's
structure,
awesome, man.
and at the same time, I think a lot of people who actually meet me, who actually know me, are like taken aback because like I don't smile in my pictures. I don't.
Kanye.
Like I take the same picture basically, and I've been uploaded it the last 3 years. And
That
like,
straight
people- and,
face,
like, yeah,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
and like, and people always ask why, and it's just like that's the only. Like I told you, I'm very, very introverted when it comes to like cameras, and that's the only like look that I know. Like when someone's like, let's take a picture, like he was like, look to the side.
What do I do with my hands?
I don't know what to do with my hands. So like most of them
You
they're
put 'em
in
in
my
your
pocket.
I wanted to ask you
Sick.
about something in relation to that, the song that you did with Fateh Fame.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
How much
banger.
of that was
Huge.
like we heard Fateh's version of why that song came about? Tell me
Yeah.
about your side of it.
So basically, that song, we made a version of Fame at his house that was like completely different.
Mhm.
But it was just like stuff we were going through. We were very new to Fame at that point, and like we thought we had a lot of it when it was like not too much. Like we're like, well,
And you both were like,
yeah, like he just like finished like
Self-made,
he
getting
was
to-
finished like the Dr. Zeus phase. He was going on to his stuff,
Yeah.
and I had like we done Chalman and all together, and then I think we did that next thing, the next refix or whatever together, and we were just talking, and I was like I don't care to be famous. I've
Yeah.
never cared to be famous. He's the same way. Like I don't I don't see what the big thing is about like having followers or like
Yeah.
I've never cared about that type of stuff. So I think that's where that song came from, is that like the other aspect of like na shorta chaidiya na paisa chahiye. You need money. Like I learned that later on.
Yeah.
But like the fame aspect, I'm not too bothered about. I'm not too like, oh, there's so many memes, there's this, there's that. Like it's great that like, my name's popping on Twitter or whatever. Like that's cool. But I just don't
That
care
comes and
much about it.
goes.
That comes and goes.
it
Yeah.
can disappear like this too.
And it
you know?
will.
Yeah.
Like I'm prepared for it to disappear.
Yeah.
Like this is a
Jini
good
cheti hote, unni cheti thande,
this is
right?
this is the
Absolutely.
time that like things will be going good and I'll be doing shows and I'll be like whatever and people
Yeah.
will be like prophecy senti this and that, but like in 3-4 years like someone else is gonna come and someone else is gonna take it and you have to
Yeah.
be prepared for that.
Yeah.
And like that's why you have to set this thing up as a business, and that's what I've been doing for the last 4 years.
I-
Is setting this
I think
up
a
with-
good example
huge.
of a big high for you was when Vibe came out. I think you did a collab with Savin
Yeah.
and Priyanka Chopra.
Oh,
you
yeah.
had a
Well,
big,
That Snapchat filter.
Yeah.
yeah.
Priyanka
tell,
Chopra.
Tell us about that
like,
experience.
Yeah, we had that was probably like the biggest, like every Punjabi artist, actresses like Priyanka Chopra, Sonam Bajwa, all
Like,
these people
Let's
were
just
like
fill in our viewers. Like, there was a Snapchat filter that you could swipe. Basically.
We were in
Yeah.
India at the time. I remember
We were
when
in
it
India
came
when
out.
we saw it. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
showed us.
And like, so I
we were like,
watched
wow.
Quantico.
Like, that
Like, I
was huge.
loved fucking Quantico. Like the first season, not the second. I really liked Quantico, and and I was like, yo, Priyanka Chopra is walking on his set to a prophecy song. Like, what is going on?
Yeah, that was huge. I remember you showed
and
all of us.
afterwards we found out her mom was at one of my shows.
Oh shit.
So
wow. In India?
No, in New York.
Uh-huh.
And
Wow.
so we've kind of and then I think she just said like I like when I saw that story, obviously I'm gonna go into the DM and be like, thank you so much. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
100%.
And like when you get a reply, you're just like, holy smokes.
So when's the Nick Jonas prophecy?
I don't think anything like that, but
Oh, that'd be dope. I didn't even think of that.
I didn't
yeah.
even think about that either. That's like,
That's awesome.
but
But
yeah.
so she replied back, and now you got Priyanka Chopra DMing you.
I
How's
mean,
that
was
feel?
Once and,
Yo.
like, it was still, like,
That's
I
huge.
think it was
That's
just
huge.
that she shared it.
I got
think once
Priyanka in the
every-
DMs.
I think it was just that like she shared it on like Facebook, Twitter,
Yeah.
like
It
all
took it
her
to another
socials.
level.
It took it to another level, and then at that point we had like a Bollywood offer for the song too. That
Please don't do that.
I'm
No, he's
I'm
loved
gonna-
Bollywood your whole life, so that'd be
I'm
all
going
right.
to,
The money's
but, like,
there. If the money's right,
exactly.
yeah.
As long as you're still on it.
I'm
Like,
sure that
and they
that's
don't
how
change
it's gonna
it.
be, but like I want to do it like I want to do it my way.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
I've especially
Which-
this year we were about to do something Bollywood, but it wasn't anything like what I would do. They're like, "Haji party gana chahiye, this and that." Like
That's the
you know,
thing
I think
with
I said
Bollywood.
it in another
It never
interview.
goes like the original song.
Yeah.
It never goes the way.
Because they want to take your name and make something new, but that's not what
And
you would
it's
want
just
to
like
do,
it
right?
doesn't make sense.
Like Jazzy just did Dil Lutya. It's like
But
In
at least
Bollywood?
he's singing it though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
but like,
I mean, I'd rather you do it your way than have them remake a song of yours
even
later,
if we
right?
remade it, I want to be like
the guy
the
who remixed
person.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Like
the
I
fact
like
that-
that. I think Bilal Saeed did it really good.
Yeah, that
With
I'm
the-
100%.
Bara song?
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Like that's how I would want.
Yeah.
And
to
the
do
fact
it.
that you've been releasing your own stuff, you own the rights to
I mean,
it.
even like
the most part.
for Tu Hiya, like a
Like-
lot of Bollywood houses hit us up for that song.
Damn.
And like we just need to, for me, like I'm that's why I'm sure something is gonna work out. I just want to make sure that first of all, obviously I'm sure like the money will be great,
Yeah.
but for me it's that the creative direction. It's not like
It's not
not
a
like a
Bollywood
Hindi version of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
I hear you.
I think a lot of artists used to say that, like, you know, oh, I don't want it has to make sense.
Yeah.
It can't be like like I can't be doing like a do tequila shot.
No, 100%. man. And I think we all respect that.
Like, you know what I mean?
We all
it's
respect
so
that
weird.
for sure, man.
I mean, just look at Illegal Weapon. They fucking butchered.
Oh man.
There's a lot of Punjabi songs.
There's a lot
that
of
they
Tutik,
butchered.
tutik,
Richard,
huh?
but like they just the thing is, another thing I've learned about, like, because I don't watch Bollywood movies as much, it's because it's solely a business now,
Yeah.
and like they know what's gonna work to a certain audience, and they're gonna push that to that audience. Like they just there's no care. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel like even in the songs, like unless like there's like romantic songs that like I still love, like
Yep.
you know any Arijit songs, or I think there's still that's what I would want to do.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do like a remake. I wouldn't want to be like, oh, here's Prophecy singing like Mundi Atta Bach Ke. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it
Could
just
you
wouldn't make
imagine?
sense. Yeah. But like that's the way they like out there. That's the way they think, is that okay? Here's a artist who's you know, semi popping in the West, so we could just do whatever with him and it's gonna sell. But they don't understand it needs to be organic.
Yeah.
I remember when Omer showed me Vibe. And
Yeah,
I
in
forgot
Scotland.
In Scotland. I don't know
Yeah,
what
yeah.
show, where we
You
were.
were with Just Rain guys.
Yeah.
yeah.
And he showed me in the car and he was driving to the hotel.
Yeah.
And he played it. I was like, yo, you got to play this car. Play the song again. Play it again. Play it again. Play it again. The song was so different and you at the same time. I'd never heard a song like that.
Song was pitched to an artist who's probably like the biggest Punjabi artist right now.
Yeah.
And he said no to that song.
Diljit.
We're not gonna say names. We're not gonna say names.
Not gonna
but
say names.
we're not gonna say names.
Diljit.
It was pitched, there's two artists it was pitched to, but the thing with that was when I pitched it, the song was like it was a Senti Prophecy song.
Yeah. Oh,
So the
okay. You showed me the
original-
original.
yeah.
Do, do, do.
It was
I'm
yeah,
like,
it was really slow. It was like
Yeah.
"Kudi aini teri vibe,"
Yeah.
like
I can
very
see.
slow.
I can see
pretty
Diljit.
slow.
I know you can't confirm, but I can see
Yeah.
Diljit on that for sure.
So there was a lot of
Vibe.
what's it called? So when I did that song, I remade it. Like I made that beat because I just found that gliding bass or whatever, and I was like,
yeah.
okay, I want to use this. And that bass wasn't even mono, like it was like a stereo bass. And I was like, you can't do stereo bass, and I just did it. Like I don't know.
How did Just Rain end up on the end of that? I know he's classically trained as well.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
he's on. We did rumors, and that was.
Oh, sorry, that
yeah.
was rumors.
That's
Just
right.
Rain.
Yeah,
Just-
I totally
just-
wrong.
just-
amazing
I was like,
couple
hold on, hold on.
What?
hold on.
I got it mixed up.
Just
sorry.
Ray's definitely not on that.
Yeah, yeah. That was
amazing
it.
couple of players,
We
too.
did rumors. We started it in Detroit. Me, you, like a bunch of us.
Yeah.
you
Then Then
That part's just
he
right there.
finished it in my house when he was in Calgary for the Junos,
Mhm.
and then yeah, that was just like another like random,
Just
you know what I
worked
mean?
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, where like someone just shows up
Why
in my
not?
house.
I know a production for all the production heads that watch this, and there's a lot of them. You used to use Fruity Loops back in the day, and now you're a
Correct.
Reason guy.
Yeah, I've been doing Reason since like ever.
Is that
so? Reason now rewires.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
Reason's always rewired.
They
Now,
No, but
always-
now it rewires properly.
no, it's a VST
Like it's
plugin.
crazy. Like,
Yeah.
They have VST plugins,
Banging.
so I could use my waves now in
So sick.
Reason.
No, the other way.
And
you
you know
can
what I-
use a regular. You can use
You-
Pro Tools
Logic.
and
Yeah,
open
yeah.
up for
Reason.
Reason. That's.
I mean,
crazy.
Reason is crazy. I feel like just with the samples and the loops, just that the whole production suite it gives you, and it's like
Different.
boom, 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 boom.
And like the one thing I liked about it is that the sounds aren't, you know what, like everyone uses Logic. Everyone,
Yeah.
even a lot of people are like on Ableton now, or those same like Contact or
Re-
Omnisphere.
it's
like,
a beast.
but like Reason doesn't have any of that.
But Reason sucked when it first came
it
out.
did, yeah.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't even put audio into that thing. That's
Yeah.
how much it sucked.
Yeah.
So I gave up on Reason because I'm like, this.
I stopped using
horrible.
Reason around 7. I think they're at 9 now, 10,
They're at 11 now.
11. Okay,
Yeah.
so I stopped
So-
using it a few
But I've
years
watched
ago.
him use it, and like it's so fucking.
I think
easy.
Manny
I'm like, that's
Sandu also
crazy.
uses Reason for some of his stuff.
what do you
Maybe.
use, JJ?
Ableton.
Ableton,
What do you use,
okay.
Toddy?
Logic
Uh,
Pro.
I just got a MacBook. It's my first Apple
Oh,
product
is it?
ever.
This guy just
so-
learned how to power it down yesterday.
Another question, Prophecy, I gotta ask you. I'll get murdered if I don't. The ladies scene. What's going on over there? Is there somebody there? Because somebody must have broken your heart to get all
There
this.
was, yeah. I mean, like basically there's every album. There's like a few songs that.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say every album there's a couple girls.
Like there hasn't been. I think there's always like a misconception that like the number one thing is like, oh, who hurt Prophecy? Who's this?
Well,
You know, I
Weeknd.
wanna
Whenever
think-
Weeknd breaks up with a girlfriend, he drops a dope album,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I've been like, I think I had like one really main breakup, and that's just inspired like
Everything.
But there's just like,
It probably didn't affect you as much as it affected your music.
yeah, I know it affected me a lot. And I think off of it's probably been a while now. Off of that breakup is like where like a lot of the real music came.
Yeah.
But then even like a lot of people, when I make senti songs, it's not because like it's like happened. I just enjoy those melodies. I enjoy putting that together. I enjoy listening. Like I listen to Nishatar Gil Naam
Nam?
like 8,000 times.
That song is
Probably like one of my favorite songs.
Shout out to Nishatar Gill.
That's one of my
yeah.
favorite songs.
I think you guys
too.
met him in India one time.
Yeah, I
no?
remember when he called me and you guys were Snapchatting me because I got so excited that Nishatar Gill was calling me.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Do you feel like at a point in this time where you're making so much music and working, you have time for a girl in your life?
No,
Not at all, eh?
Like now, right now it's like you don't have time. I don't even have time for my own family. Like
So-
you miss so many birthdays, you miss so many events. I did like 10 shows last month. I haven't like been home properly, and to maintain a relationship through that is really hard. So I think I'll probably release a few songs and then.
Tu Vianney
I don't
Corona.
know. That's what my parents keep like, 'cause my brother's getting married and so
Jyoti's getting married as well, so that's why he's
Jyoti's
asking.
getting married.
You think you could ever be with a girl in the industry?
No,
Not at all. eh?
because I don't like being in the industry.
There's no
Like,
Gary
that's why-
Jasmine thing.
You
going
want
on?
something away from it.
I want
Something that
like
pulls you-
something that because this is my work. I want something where like everyone I think by this
You can
point
go
knows,
home to.
So,
That-
ladies and gentlemen, we got
If
applications
you are
open.
a doctor,
well,
If you're not into music and you are into prophecy,
I've always wondered
Then
that
hit
with
us
you
up.
because you
ਅਸੀਂ
keep,
ਰਿਸ਼ਤਾ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ
you
ਹਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ
keep your private life so private.
Yeah.
How does that affect your like? Because social media is such a big part of
Like
everybody's
now that's
work
why
right
like
now.
I
right?
have I get
Has it
like,
hindered your ability?
Yeah, like I get kind of weirded out when like because now like where I live is like 99% Punjabi people.
oh
And,
damn,
like so if I'm walking my dog, like someone will take
That's like Southwest Calgary, right?
northeast.
Northeast. Okay.
It's outside of
Opposite.
Calgary now.
Yeah.
very opposite. This guy,
a different
somebody get him a
area.
compass.
completely opposite.
It's outside of Calgary, but at the same time, like I'll be like walking my dog, and people be like snapping me, and I'm like, oh man.
Isn't it weird? Like you're just walking your dog and like, Paji, photo, ek photo.
Yeah,
please."
my
It's
dog
probably-
is like, and my dog's like rescue, so he's like trying to bite the people,
And thinking
I'm,
about
like,
finding a
holding
girl now.
and I'm like holding the dog, and like they're like trying to take pictures.
Gonna end up on World
and then,
Star.
You know what I mean? Like I'm very like when I go out, like I'm in my pajama, like I'm not like fully, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Photo op ready.
Yeah.
And so I think that's like one thing that's been like kind of hard to deal with. It's like I don't like people knowing where I live. I don't like people. And now everyone kind of knows,
where you're at,
where I'm
Yeah.
at.
And now trying to
And-
find someone to marry on
Yeah.
that end.
Have you ever had?
You don't know
a
if they're a fan or if they're
stalker
genuine,
type
right?
situation?
Yeah, we actually just I had almost a hacker type situation.
Oh,
to
fuck.
the RCMP just got involved like last 2 weeks ago.
Yo,
Or, like,
this
someone
guy's
like we found,
living proof
yeah.
of you.
Whoa, you? Anybody watch that on Netflix?
Oh, that sounds serious.
Okay,
Like,
so like they had like
They
just,
see you.
it,
Too.
I think they just found like a bunch. It was they just found like a bunch of articles, and they were like, oh, you know how there's always like these leaks and stuff. So they had like emails, passwords, and like stuff like
Oh,
that.
fuck.
And so we had to get like the police involved. And then even now, like I'm even like say if I go like outside and like some kids like see me, like they'll just snap, and I'm okay with like people approaching me for pictures.
Yeah.
But I think like me and Fateh were talking about this too. I think the worst thing is like when you're just like chilling, like bro, I've never been camera ready in my life. Like I've told you. And like these people are like, I'm just like sitting like there, and they're just like, oh, yo, prophecy's here. And I was like, I don't know.
Love you, bro.
Yeah.
It's overwhelming.
I guess
Fuck it.
I mean, it comes with the territory. A normal person that's not in the industry, I guess they don't understand it because they're just excited
For
they're
sure.
seeing you because
Exactly.
they only see you through their
I want to
screen.
build up on
Exactly.
that too. Like
So-
it's a big thing, and then a lot of people are easy to judge and be like, if you reacted in a negative way in any
The
way,
thing is, I haven't, because like one thing, like I think I watched this Kamal Heer video as well, is that any fan that ever approaches me, I've never said no to a picture. I've never said, like, I'm the type of person that I like sit, like, even if I
that's
run
what
into
you
a
work
fan,
for, right?
like, even when we went to India, like there was like probably 100 kids that showed up to the pind, and I stayed there for 4 hours just talking with them,
That's
giving them
crazy.
insights. I was like, yo, like, what song do you like? Okay, like, let me tell you, when we made this song, it was like this, and like I love just talking.
That's dope.
Sick.
And so I think like one thing for me is I've never like been like, oh, I want to be like, when I'm at home,
Yeah.
I don't expect to be taking pictures or doing, but when I'm out, like say someone comes, say I'm walking on the street, someone wants to take a picture,
Yeah.
that's completely normal.
That's
But
good.
I just don't like when like,
But it's overwhelming at the same time, right?
it is to an extent, but at the same time, I just don't like when I'm like doing something else and like someone's like sneak filming you and stuff
Yeah.
like that. That stuff gets a bit annoying.
Yeah.
That's the worst. But
Don't do it.
It's
Don't do
like,
that.
Yeah, it comes with that.
Don't do
that's
that. Make
dope.
sure you ask him before you want to
Prophecy 2020 is here. A decade you've been in this industry. You've given us such great gems, amazing
Thank you,
music. You've made probably all of us cry alone in our cars at some point or another. What do we have for the next decade? What's your plans? What are your thoughts?
So like, yeah, I'm gonna be releasing obviously music as much as I can. We'll probably have like, the way I don't like to say anything because like nothing is ever concrete, but I'm sure we will have some really big collabs. We'll have all of that stuff. I'm sure it's gonna be organic. It's probably gonna be like random day. I'm at home and some artist is in Calgary, calls me, and we do
I'm showing up to Calgary. I'm already booking my flight, and
it's
I'm
on
going
the
to show up at his
record.
house.
It's on the record now.
I'm showing up at your house.
No, that's
100%,
dope, man.
And I think I'll probably I've started work on another album. I don't know if I want it to be an album right now or if I want it to be like an EP or what I do. I've already started like 4 songs for that, and it's gonna be like just the saddest, like, most
Awesome.
sappy songs
Down.
ever. And they've like been songs that like we started like 2 years ago,
Oh, damn.
and like so I'm really excited about that. And then obviously like,
Are you still gonna focus on just only your music, or you think you're ready to take on a Protege or other
I don't think
artists?
so yet. I'm just like so
But a
backed
new
up
artist
with
like
it.
Rashi, anyone new?
Anybody
I-
from Calgary?
I would love to. Like, I was talking to, because Raghav's from Calgary too, so
Yeah.
I was talking to him actually last week, and we were kind of saying how we're kind of like the only 2 people,
Yeah.
and then like there are a lot of people coming up,
Yeah.
but like
That's a name I haven't heard in
Yo, North
Yeah.
America and in
Absolutely.
general, like there's only a few names, and you're one of them, definitely.
they are, but I think there is room for more. Like if you go on Twitter, if you go on Instagram, like there's so many
So much talent,
talented
so
singers.
much talent.
So many
Nah.
like girls and
Instagram
guys,
girls
like,
just
singing
singing is
there's probably
crazy.
like 10 people that I follow
Yeah.
that I'm just like, these are amazing.
And they might not even realize that like these people are following them and listening to them.
I mean, I'm
every
sure
day,
they
you
do.
know?
Like it's like Twitter and like, you know what I mean. It's that age, but I think it's like there is about to be that it, like, because if you think about it, us 3, 4, 5, 6 artists can only be here so long.
Yeah.
Right, like I can't hold on to this. I can't be like, oh, it's just
You
us
have this
up by
forever,
that.
right?
No, there's like new artists.
Yeah,
As
it's a
who's
new wave.
young, there's like a bunch of new producers, there's a lot of new singers, so like you have to make a way and you have to collaborate with them.
For sure, man.
So it's not, for me, it's not like, oh, I'm only gonna do, I did songs with Sidhu Moosewala or Amrit Maan. Like for me, I just do whatever the vibe, whatever vibe is right.
If you were to give a new up and coming artist a piece of advice, what would it be?
Obviously it sounds like so cliche, but like be yourself and don't, like, one thing for me personally, one thing I've always been criticized about is like my appearance. Like I don't look like a singer. I'm just like whatever, big ass ears or whatever it is, right? But
Don't worry, I
What-
got him too. I got the headphones on. Yeah.
But like for me, one thing is like it doesn't matter. Like it 100% doesn't matter. I'm at the stage where like I just did. I've toured 4 countries.
You're a
in the,
superstar,
like-
man.
No, I mean I wouldn't
No,
say
you
I'm a
are, for sure.
superstar.
I would say you
but
are,
I
man.
would say that like for me, I'm not like there's nothing special about me, but I'm able to. This is my job. I don't have any side jobs. Like I own the production company. I've created a business model. I've done all this stuff, and like you don't have to. All you have to worry about is getting better and better and better. Even for me, like I'm still getting better. I'm still learning new things.
And that on its
Yeah,
own is a big thing because like if when you're in Canada and you got like these parents that like yo, doctor, lawyer, this that.
Yeah,
When
you
you say
don't need
when the second you say I want to venture off into music, it's like, "Ki karta tu?"
Yeah, because
What are
they
you
don't
doing?
like even like my parents. Like, there's always been reservations. Like,
Yeah.
how are you gonna make a living? And now you make a living, and like you're able to buy things that you couldn't buy.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunately like, especially in the Desi community, that's how people judge.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
100%.
How you
Well, that's
make-
what they
Yeah.
know.
How
We
much
can't
money
blame
are
them.
you
They
making?
came here with nothing. They think, okay,
So you have
we
to
want
see
our
it.
next generation
And
to
in
make
our
something, right?
Community
it-
itself is just
yeah.
like yo,
singers have never been
what do you
Yeah.
like? Yeah, it's just never. It's like
looked up upon.
it's like Manasiyan like meow yeah,
Yeah.
or whatever
Yeah,
it is,
yeah.
right? But like everybody sitting at the table. I mean, other than Tari, you have your full blown business, but like we've done something music related to make
Exactly.
a living.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I've gone from like JG included, everybody. It's like, yo, what are you doing to like? Okay, why are you not doing this more often now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think if there's anything you can learn from just watching the show in itself is that everybody who's come through, we have never had on the show an overnight success. Everybody has been putting in their grind, putting in the work, and they've worked effortlessly or with a lot of effort. Effortlessly is not the word, but
Yeah,
they've
yeah.
worked with a lot of effort, blood, sweat, and tears to get to where they've gotten, and then they've made it. So like you don't
Exactly.
see the last 7-8 years. You see the last 2 where they've been on social media and they're
Yeah,
touring
yeah.
and all that. So it's if
And, like,
anybody is
obviously,
watching,
like for most people, like social media, I'm barely on it. Like I've been criticized for like even my own fans that I don't do live, I don't do this,
Yeah.
and
That's not
social
you.
media shows basically only success. Like
Yep.
I'm not gonna be like, oh, here I made this horrible song on solo. I'm gonna be like, hey, this is a song I really care about.
should
and,
put the
like,
B-side album out, yeah?
and like because we have so many songs that like I don't like.
Yeah.
And even like some
You
of the
made
songs
them.
I've
You put the
released,
time into them, but you would never release them.
exactly. And like so like social media and it just shows you good things, and I think that's why it's like so toxic.
Big time.
That's why I stay like that's why I don't get involved in anything besides putting my music out, interacting with fans every now and then.
Yeah.
And,
But
like,
once
stay
in a
away.
while, give us a little IG story
Yeah,
or
I
something.
got
You know, I think we
you.
gotta get that. You know,
I don't
just
think
so
I've
we
ever
get some
seen
things.
an IG
You
story.
know, I don't think so.
Our
either.
viewers have noticed we had a keyboard in front of Prophecy for the
Yes.
whole time.
So what we're gonna do
getting closer
is
to the
get
end.
into the wrap-up session. We normally do Punjabi Shazam. After seeing the response from Sherry Mon in that episode, we want to kind of follow that trend.
Yeah.
We got, like Jyoti said, a keyboard in front of Prophecy. Whatever you want to play, I would like to request that CNN beat that you said.
And I've been asking you since yesterday. I would like to hear Strangers.
Camera guys, do we need a break to reset or are we all good? We're all good?
No, we
Okay,
good.
so we're
We
going to
got the
keep it
thumbs up.
rolling.
Let's go.
Guys, like we've said before,
Tell
10
me if you like
years.
this piano sound that has bass on it. If not, I can put like a regular piano sound.
Okay, let's do this.
It's like,
You wanna put the headphones on?
Both hands like bass on the lower end.
Can I
and
hear
piano.
the piano just here or no? Only through the headphones.
Oh, you want? Now we can do this.
So like,
on
like
the
on the
speaker?
left hand will be bass and then that'll be piano. But if you want to go just piano, we can
just
just
pianos.
Play.
Yeah,
Play for a sec. Turn that up.
it's up. I'm all the way up.
You guys all good?
I'm all the way up. I can crank more. You want to hear how it sounds with the bass?
Yeah, I think that's good.
He's gonna lay
DJ
down.
M.
He's recording these.
I mean, usually
He's recording it. He's gonna put
I was
out
trying
a
to figure out
track.
the Strangers chords, but what happened with that song was that when I started making Strangers, it was just one layer of piano.
Yeah.
Like there was no chords on that. And even when that was a very personal song. Like that was probably the most personal song
Bro,
on the album.
That's
I think
like
why-
3 a.m. sad.
And
Crying on the way home.
that song I actually showed to Fateh like a year ago, and he was like, "Wow, like that's," because I only had that. "Ni aj mainu gehra wang kyun bulaya tu bite pale utte parda paya kyun मैं सोचिया नी कदे असी होवांगे अजनबी ना सोचे असी कदे साडी भी टुटेगी दिल लगी अज मैनू गहरा वांग क्यों बुलाया तू
I think I'm gonna grab a bottle on the way home and just go listen to some of that music, man. Holy.
Amazing.
I think a lot of people, because like I love chords, so
Let's do
even
it.
when I'm like I always go to like those are kind of what I did for like Amrit Maan or like what song should I sing?
Hey, name one. Any one of you guys name one.
Gotta think on yourself.
टुकड़े
Whatever you want, man. Whatever you want. Whatever your favorite track is on keyboard, whatever you want, man.
हंजुआ actually हंजुआ च से लबदा फिरा टूटे दिल नू की दसदा फिरा की करू ए दिल बेचारा नी जिन्नू दिते तू जख्म हजारा नी साडी बर्बादी दी तू ही वजह जिन दिल दे टुकड़े कीते तू अरे टुकड़े ते सोनी तेरा ना होवे टुकड़े ते सोनी तेरा ना होवे अरे टुकड़े ते सोनी तेरा ना होवे टुकड़े ते सोनी तेरा ना होवे
Jeez, let's
Chords
go.
were all over the place, but thank you.
Holy. Can we give him something a little more upbeat so we don't have people crying at the end of the show?
That's
No.
how I have to leave him.
All right, we're going to leave him with
Let's
that.
just leave it. Yeah.
Props
Sorry,
to
the
see-
chords are all over the
That was-
place.
Obviously, we
that
gotta
was
say,
beautiful.
man, anybody who's got 10 years in the game, I take this from my idol Nori, is you're a legend in the game, man. We
thank you, bro.
want
That means a
to show
lot,
you
man.
love while you're here. We want to make
Thank you, bro.
sure that we respect you because they may say what they want on social media. They may say whatever they gotta say, but we love your music. We
Thank
love
you,
what
bro.
you're doing. Stay true to yourself. Stay true to what you've been doing.
Like
Keep
it,
putting
man.
out these gems.
You've become
giving
an
us these vibes.
individual in the music industry that we can't compare you to anyone.
Thank you, man. That means
I mean, we were talking about this just the other day,
I think
me
we
and
all agree
Tari.
with that. We can't
Yeah.
compare him
No.
with anybody. He's different.
There's very
He has
few
his
people that write, produce, and
And
sing
sing.
their own
Yeah.
songs. I mean, we just talked about this the other day. It's crazy, and
Thank
like
you,
not
man.
even like this is right produce sing. You have your own style.
From
on top of
Calgary,
that.
Yeah.
Canadian.
So don't make excuses if you're in a small town somewhere
Yeah.
watching
That's
this.
huge, man.
You can do it,
100%.
man. You
Yeah.
just
Good
gotta
for you,
go
man.
down to your
Thank you
basement,
so
lock
much.
yourself in, get a
Give you-
Yoshi.
Give
You're
yourself,
ready to go, man.
give yourself a pat on the
Yoshi.
back. Give yourself a pat on the back. All that hard
Thank you,
work
man.
has,
Thank you
so
has
much.
definitely paid off. Man.
That means a lot,
Definitely.
man. I've been looking forward to this podcast since like me and JJ's talked about it like years
Yeah.
ago.
Our viewers
So,
too, man.
yeah,
we've
the
been getting
viewers.
we've been getting
episode-
non-stop requests like, "Yo,
100%.
when's prophecy coming? When's
No,
prophecy coming?"
that means
right?
a lot,
Yeah,
man. And
every
I'm glad
episode.
people could like. I think like people don't get to see like this side of me just because I like.
I feel like
on
people
purpose.
don't know how funny you are. I
You're
still
not-
think
yeah,
you're one of
yeah.
the funniest guys
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
ever
A
met.
lot of people don't.
You should start an Instagram
I
comedy
can't like.
account.
and this dude's got impersonations for days. I'm not
Oh.
gonna
Impersonate
mention
somebody.
who,
Like
but this
singing
guy
too?
can impersonate
Singing too?
anybody.
Singing. It
Come on.
depends.
Show us one.
used to do
Singing is
Monday a
Saber
lot.
Koti.
yeah,
Can you
dude.
Oh,
can you
let's do it.
impersonate a singer?
Okay. I just used to do that. All day. I do a lot like talking and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Like who? Like who? Like who? Show us.
They don't put him on the
Who was
spot
that?
like that.
No,
Come
I'm
on.
down. I'm down to put him on the spot.
Oh, Scott, yeah, you can do.
Cause like when me and Mickey had all of it, yo, bro, like, yeah, that's how we chill, bro. Like that's the way he talks, and like, you know,
That's
just the
dope,
way.
man.
It's hard, like on the
No,
spot.
yeah,
but,
yeah.
No, we got to
Sick,
mention
man.
that Prophecy and his manager and his wife also came through in one of our biggest snowstorms of the year. So we
Yeah.
do
Yes.
appreciate your time.
And we got the Uber
Honestly.
Eats.
Yeah, we're gonna go get some food now, have some more drinks. I gotta hear
100%.
some more of those Senti music.
Hell yeah.
man.
Thank you, season 4. We're
100%.
finally
Yeah.
here. It's a rap Prophecy. Let's go, man. Make some noise.
Thank you, guys.
That's it. All right. It's something that we wanted to do besides the keyboard thing, which Prophecy just absolutely killed. Punjabi Shazam M's got the belt. It's season 4. We got to make sure this belt goes somewhere. If it's going to Calgary, we're coming to get it. So let's make sure. We got a Scottish man who doesn't want to be on camera, doesn't want his name known. So he's going to be playing the songs for us. We got 5 tracks queued up. Prophecy, you know the game. We play a snippet. We guess the track. You take the belt home.
All right.
You ready?
Let's do it.
You ready, M?
Yeah, let's
You
go.
ready, JJ?
I'm always ready.
Let's go.
All right. Oh, do you want to dance?
Aja Sonia.
No. It was
Bali
I
Jog.
just saw it,
No.
Anja by Bali.
Damn.
There you
Okay,
go.
say the full name for by who?
Bali Jagbal Ranja.
Who sang it?
Bali Jagbal.
No, who sang it? I thought it should. I think I just.
All right. First point goes to Prophecy.
Hey.
DJ, track number 2. Let's go. Corrupt File.
Do another one, Dory.
Amrinder Gill, Yadia.
No way.
Wow.
That's
Damn.
crazy.
I guess we're taking a trip out to Alberta to get our belt back.
I'm sweating right now.
Track number 2. Who is it? Amrinder Gill?
Yadia.
Yadian. All right. Track
Yes,
number
but
2 goes to Prophecy again. Track number 3. DJ, let's go.
I have no idea what the fuck that was.
That was
That's a Bollywood song. Oh, remix?
That sounds like Follow the Leader.
no.
Okay.
Bro, you pick the songs. You pick the song.
Pick another one.
Pick another one. Let's go to another track.
Chong.
Chonks. Shout out Chonks.
London Patola.
I
Did I get
got
that?
that
Did I get that one? I got 1 point. I'm happy.
All right, that's Jazzy B, London Opatola. We got 2 for Prophecy, 1 for DJ M. This is the 4th track. DJ, let's go.
Oh, that's good. I don't know what the fuck that was.
Wait,
Yeah,
say it
repeat.
Like
again?
salt and pepper or something.
Oh,
Backyard?
It was. It
Good.
has to be Gurj Sidhu.
Yeah, it's good.
I
Baby,
think-
baby, baby, good shit to
Manky
baby.
Sandhu.
Play it again?
Or Special Shoe School.
Yo, this is the hardest Shazam we've ever done.
Should we go 2 seconds of the song?
Oh, मैं गो गए जे पंछी वांगू
किसे
और बने
Fuck.
Damn, Prophecy. Yo,
Yo, this
that's
guy knows
it.
what's going on, yo.
Yo, Prophecy got 3. There we go. We got a new
That's
champ in the building.
Hey,
DJ
Max.
M, you had no chance on that one.
I had no chance.
Let me rub it in while we can because we don't get to do this too often.
No, we're good.
It's not fair. It's
Wow,
his
we
manager.
good. Thank you, Scottish DJ, who's unknown, who's not on camera. Let's make some noise for Prophecy. Come on, let's go. Prophecy, show your belt to the camera. Let's go. Champ is here.
I can't believe I lost that.
All right. That's our episode. Season 4. We just getting started. Let's go.
Yo, what's up, everyone? This is The Prophecy, and I just finished the Frequency and Friends podcast. Make sure you guys check it out. Big shout outs to everyone involved. Peace.